Muy buenas, queridos mancos. Otra vez, tercer directo de hoy. Hemos empezado con el de Microsoft acompañándonos, estaba el gran Anupix. Luego hemos hecho la de Square Enix junto con Darko. Y ahora pues vamos a hacer la del PC Gaming Show con el gran Ragnar. ¿Qué tal, tío? Bienvenido. Por eso. A ver, yo para conferencia me busco a los mejores. Yo tenía para Xbox a Nupix, para Square Enix a Darko y para PC a ti, tío. No, es que eso es.
Vemos, ya estamos a punto de comenzar. 5 minuticos ya.
5 minutos, sí. La taberna no se te escuchaba. Madre mía, qué desastre soy. Ay, pues bueno, pues saluda a la gente, Ragnar, que no te escuchaban, yo lo siento.
Ok, bueno, nada, un placer estar aquí, Yakeru, en tu canal de Twitch, como decía antes, y nada, ya sabes que yo soy muy pecero y a ver qué joyita muestran, ¿no?
Mm.
Algo interesante, no sabemos, siempre pueden sorprender.
Cualquier
Y nada, un
cosa.
saludo a Paco Crank y a Shinchi Plays.
Mm. Y nada, pues esto empieza ya en 4 minutitos.
Así
Y,
es.
y no, pues a ver qué tal. Yo voy a ser sincera, es la primera vez que voy a ver una conferencia de PC. No he visto nunca. Tienen la fama de ser aburridas. Pero bueno,
Totalmente.
esperemos
Pero bueno.
que no. Esperemos que. Pero bueno, a ver, todo, o sea, mientras no sea como la de Square de hace un rato, yo me vale. Ay, pues bueno. Pues eso, a ver qué tal. ¿Tú esperas una exclusividad para PC? No creo que hay, porque básicamente casi todo sale en PC. Pero bueno, a ver
Bueno,
qué.
soñar no cuesta nada, Yakeru, pero no sé, ¿te imaginas un Half-Life 3?
¿Mm?
O sea, eso sería increíble
Sería
de
increíble, ¿eh?
wow, no sé.
Sí, cierto. Además, después del éxito que ha tenido el Alex en VR, ¿por qué no?
Exactamente. Suelen durar bastante, pero ya estamos preparados mentalmente.
Sí, estamos ya con el culo pelado, sí, eso es verdad.
Sí, sí.
Pero bueno, a ver qué. A ver qué tal. Y bueno, ¿qué pasa, Switch? Tío,
Hey, crack, saludos, Suhai.
recuerda que te puedes descargar ya, todos los que tengáis la PlayStation 5, la demo del juego de Final Fantasy tipo Souls. Que tiene buena pinta,
Eh,
así que hacer algún directillo o algo y así lo puedo ver el gameplay. Porque yo no puedo descargar.
pero no sale todavía, ¿no? ¿O
Sí,
sí?
está ya para descargar. Por lo menos en la española me ha pasado Paco Crank por WhatsApp
No
una
jodas, ¿en
foto
serio?
y ya está descargable, sí. Por lo menos en la Store europea, sí. ¿Cómo que te dice que está dañado? No puede ser. Igual es que todavía no sé.
Sí, que no se habilita,
Que no se
quizás.
habilita, que
Está
te lo
como para
puedes
precargarlo.
Eso es. Igual es eso, ¿eh?
Pero ¿por qué, loco? ¿Por
Eso
qué? Si
es,
tú eres un carajo alegre.
Es verdad, ¿por qué te pasa, Suaicho? ¿Que te ha puesto en mala hostia Square? No, hombre, no. No te preocupes.
Tranquilo que todavía queda el año que viene, así que tranquilo.
Eso es, a ver.
Y está lloviendo que, o sea, bueno, acaba de caer un trueno que pensé que se iba a caer el apartamento.
Madre mía.
Total, no me vaya a dejar sin luz en pleno evento.
Por favor.
Stranger of Paradise,
Stranger
dice
of
Paco.
Paradise, eso
Ok.
es. Sí.
Igual y a ver si muestra algo Blizzard, no creo, ¿verdad? Porque Blizzard suele hacer sus conferencias.
Sí, pero este año suele ser el BlizzardCon. Pero a ver, han presentado que nadie se esperaba el Diablo 2 Resurrected en la de Xbox.
Sí, eso me quedé loco, ¿viste?
Sí,
Que
sí,
se
sí.
le... Bueno, no por nada malo, sino que nunca me imaginé que le fuesen dado
Claro,
como la exclusividad de presentar la fecha a Xbox cuando generalmente lo hacen ellos mismos.
claro, por eso, por eso. O sea, que eso ha estado muy bien. Y entonces igual puede ser que, a ver, no, pero yo qué sé, igual alguna cinemática, algún teaser, algo igual del 2 igual sí, pero del 4 no lo sé, yo creo que del 4 igual sí que se lo reserva
Ah,
para
exacto,
su propia conferencia. Eso
exacto, exacto.
seguramente. De todas formas se veía espectacular, cuidado, la remasterización es muy guapa, muy buena.
Es muy buena y yo, wow, tengo muchas ganas de jugarla. Y acuérdate que también está por ahí el Immortals, que no se sabe por fin si va a salir, si no va a salir,
Mm,
que es el de móviles.
eso es. Que tuvo tanta controversia. A ver, ¿empieza ya? ¿No empieza o qué pasa?
Sí, sí.
Que se acabó la cuenta atrás, pero...
Vamos a ver.
Pero esto no empieza.
Claro, estabas hablando mucho.
Eso es. Vale. Ahí está.
PC Gaming Show powered by Intel. Yo tengo mi libretica aquí, por si acaso.
Pues hay que apuntar algo, ¿no?
Sí.
It is so good to be back, gang, and this year we're in space!
Aye, aye, Captain.
Happy to be remotely on board, Sean.
Well, I'm so glad you were able to finance this year's PC gaming show by, you know, selling all those black market graphics cards you've been hoarding.
Ah, yes, a crime with absolutely
Ya
no
sabemos dónde están todas las gráficas. Las tienen ellos.
Frankie, wait a minute. Is that a 65-ton catapult mech model CPLTC-1 as featured in Mech Warrior 5 Mercenaries?
Ragnar, que tienes que enseñar todo lo metálico. ¿Cómo así?
¿Cómo? Que todo es metálico.
I can't wait for this year's significantly more weaponized PC gaming show to go off without a hitch. Which reminds me, Debot, can you run a quick hitch scan?
Yes, Sean. Of course, Sean. Running
Está,
hitch
sí.
scan.
Oh, and I also want to warmly welcome someone new to the crew. Mika Burton, welcome.
Hi, everyone. I'm so happy to be here and look forward to bringing all of you fresh new PC games and hardware.
Hitch scan complete. 0 hitches found presently or in 13,908,665.
¿Sabes qué pueden presentar? El Baldur Gates. Hablar del Baldur Gates, el que está en desarrollo.
Well, Frankie,
Y no sé, ¿te imaginas algún persona, que el Persona 5 salga en PC?
Pues solo le falta salir en PC. Sería muy bueno.
premieres or any number of amazing new computer games to beam down to the fine people on Earth.
Mission received.
Now, this is going to continue until all the targets are acquired and our mission is completed smoothly and without a hitch. Isn't that right, Debbot?
Yes, no hitches located, Sean. Not a single hitch in sight.
But first, let's teleport down to the stage to check in on E3 happenings. The only reason we're allowed to legally be back on Earth.
Pues ala, vamos a ver.
Oh, planet Earth!
Oh, great to be back, right? Am I right?
One of my favorite planets in the whole galaxy.
It's all right.
And thank God that teleporter was conveniently built just out of frame of camera. Mika, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the PC Gaming Show 2021. It feels great to be back on a live stage once again. Over the next 90 minutes, we're going to bring you a showcase of
90
some of the most
minutos, hora y
exciting
media,
upcoming
no
PC
está mal.
titles with world premieres and exclusive interviews.
And if dozens of new trailers wasn't enough for you guys, later in the show, we are going to tell you how to win a custom Mech Warrior 5 themed PC powered by Intel. So you're going to want to stick around for that.
Now, make sure to keep out a special look for a special promo code throughout the show from Humble Bundle, during which you can get a ticket to get Civilization 6 Platinum Edition for just $10. But right now, we're going to kick things off with Nautica Blade Point, probably the most original entry in the Battle Royale genre this year. Let's go!
Maraca, este me suena.
Sí, este está en Steam ahorita.
Sí.
A ver qué es. Dice Battle Royale, dijo. Creo que sí.
Sí, este era un Battle Royale. Este sí que me suena. Que le enseñaron en algún evento no hace mucho. Pero la estética así japonesa y tal está muy chula.
Sí, es como japonés. Steam Playtest participa 1 millón de participantes. Mierda.
El 12 de agosto y sale la beta del 16 al 22, o sea que la beta ya está disponible en Steam.
Correcto. Y sale ahorita en junio el juego. No, agosto.
Agosto. En junio es la beta, hasta el 22 de junio.
Ajá. Mira, no está mal. 19, 20.
And I am the new cloud-based stepbot. I am streaming from GeForce Now, NVIDIA's cloud gaming service that connects PC gamers like you to their own library of games, purchased from digital stores like Steam and the Epic Games Store. Coming up.
Sí, al estilo de Mass Effect, a Genghis.
Eso es.
First, a trailer for Humble Games, Dodgeball Academia. And be sure to check out GeForce Now, currently available for PC, Mac, Shield, Android, Chromebook, and iOS. Visit GeForceNow.com to learn more.
Este es el servicio de streaming.
Finally, I've made it. My time is now.
A ver.
I will become the best player the school has ever
Valen prisionero.
seen. Dodgeball Academia, here I come.
Está baja la presentación, la subo. Sí, la verdad es que estéticamente es gracioso.
Sí, es bonito. Que te me estoy riendo de los comentarios, así que estoy viendo de la presentación. Lo poquito que puedo ver.
Xbox, PlayStation 4, Switch y PC. Bien.
Dodgeball Academia.
Out soon from Humble Games. Ooh, that was sweet. Don't you agree, DevBot?
Sure, whatever you say, Sean. I agree with whatever.
Humble Games.
I'm sensing a little bit of resentment there, buddy, as some
Humble
rusted your
Games.
ports.
Nothing. I am happy to play second fiddle to a captain as charming and handsome as you. I have also definitely not dedicated multiple cores to computing revenge plans in a range of lethalities.
Great!
New target acquired, Cap. It looks like Chivalry 2 with a special word from Steve Piggott, CEO and creative director of Torn Banner Studios.
Hey guys, Steve Piggott, founder of Torn Banner Studios and creative director on Chivalry 2, which just launched 5 days ago. I'm so happy to be here at the PC Gaming
Chivalry.
Show. Chivalry 2, if you don't know, is a first-person slasher, which is like a first-person shooter, except instead of guns and grenades, you've got swords, battle axes, longbows, and players are fighting it out on these huge 64-player battlefields. It's all about creating those epic sword-fighting duels that you see in medieval Hollywood movies, and also that huge clash, the Battle of the Bastards kind of chaos and carnage. So the post-launch support
Es lo como de For Honor, ¿verdad?
Sí, eso es.
And massive level content updates are coming out across this year. One of the things we're most excited about is taking it to different eras in the medieval period. Before we've
Se me escucha, ¿no?
Sí, sí, te escucha, se te escucha.
To the later period, in the upcoming update where you're going to get a bit more
De Total War Warhammer 3, pues por poder, sí.
Sí, exacto.
We really want to take players into different experiences and make each of our maps its own game mode and make it something that medieval army would actually do when they go into a space.
Vale,
And,
diferentes
when you come across these
escenarios.
pristine gardens and this beautiful castle,
Pero no me queda
you get to
claro
tear it all
si
down and
es todo en
cause
primera
some,
persona
some
o
history of
si...
destruction.
No sé,
Sí, es todo en primera persona.
todo en primera persona, vale.
Slay them all!
Our passion for Chivalry 2 is basically bottom line. It's the game that got us onto the scene and started the company, and it's the game that's going to take us so much further.
With the post-launch plan for Chivalry 2, the game at launch is a foundation. It's intentionally been built to be extended.
It's not just out and done. We're going to support it a lot with post-launch content.
Gallant is the first TO map that's coming out post-launch.
Gallincard is going to take us to the high medieval times or the late medieval times.
It really captures the Agathian ideals of being this like noble, rich, wealthy place where the prosperous live.
You're going to feel like you're sieging Tower of
Me
London.
tiene pinta de ser
which is a
divertido.
port where ships could dock into. You'll also be blowing up a couple ships, which is fun.
Pero, o sea, tengo entendido que ya esto salió.
More and more added to it
Sí, eso
post-launch as
parece,
well.
como
The fighting
que...
style is really going to change up the experience and change how you have to fight
Pero que sí que
everyone.
tienen intención de sacar más
Post-launch
contenido,
content
pero
is
no lo
something
sé.
that we're going to
Sí,
be working on for a
sí,
while.
exacto.
The game is really going to at least double in size for free.
Está ya disponible para todas las
Next
consolas
up, we
y
have
para
Ajá.
PC.
exciting look at Dying Light 2,
Exactamente, en
and
la
make
Epic
sure to stick
Store.
around to find out how you could win
Tu
a
favorita.
custom Mech Warrior
Sí.
PC from our friends at Intel.
A ver, esto tiene buena pinta, bonito se ve.
Otro Battle Royale.
Your days.
Battle Royale, sí, de comida. Eso es una albóndiga gigante. Sí, and get rude with food, eso es. ¿Un Splatoon? No lo sé, no creo que sea un Splatoon. Roman.
Wait, Xbox, PlayStation y PC.
I'm narrative director in Dying Light 2, Stay Human. Today, especially for the viewers of the PC Gaming Show, I'm gonna tell you
Va a ser un
a
juegazo.
little bit about the Dying Light universe. So,
A ver. Que yo no
stay
vi
here.
nada del otro día.
Every tragedy
De la presentación.
Esto va a ser un juegazo.
This one started with a virus that escaped from Haran, the city we met in the first part of the game, and it reached the whole world, including the city where Dying Light 2 takes place. Remember January 6, 2025. That day, later known as Black Monday, the military ordered chemicals to be dropped on the city. It was a mistake, a huge mistake. The chemicals mixed with water penetrated the soil, killing plants, turning most people into bloodthirsty monsters. Don't think of them as zombies though. They are more like half-alive, suffering people who attack everything that lives as a result of their pain and rage. Those who survived the chemical raid took refuge on the rooftops. A new order has been born in the city. People live on rooftops, monsters in the streets. Nobody in their right mind would dare to come down.
Vale, ahora entiendo lo del parkour,
Let's say
entonces.
almost. No.
Claro,
The
exactamente.
exception is the main character of Dying Light 2, Aiden. But why is he braver than others? How did he develop such a unique parkour and combat skills? Believe me guys, I would gladly answer all these questions, but I'm not here to spoil it for you. Let me tell you one thing.
Same nightmare haunts me every night. I'm locked up with other kids. I don't know what he did to me, but he did it every day. Over and over. Looking for something he couldn't find. The worst part was that he did the same to my sister. I'll never forget her scream when they separated us. What could I do? They had rifles, and we were 5 years old. And there was a fire, explosions, chaos. I got away. Soldiers took me out of the city, but my sister stayed there. My Mia. I left her.
We meet Aiden as one of the many children undergoing mysterious medical research. The last thing Aiden remembers
La historia
from
del
that time
protagonista.
is extreme pain, then a fire, and a little girl that was being tested with him. Her name was Mia. She was his sister. What happened next after the fire? Is Mia still alive? The following years haunted Aiden with these questions and with guilt over leaving her. Moreover, Mia is the only answer to the question who Aiden really is. Now in 2036, we meet Aiden when, for the first time during his pilgrimage, he finds a clue about how to find his sister. Aiden's path to the truth is tough, full of challenges and adventures. The difficult choices to make as well as their consequences await you. You're going to discover them all in December 2021.
Vale. El 7 de diciembre sale.
Pensé que era antes, ¿oíste? Diciembre 7.
Y se puede preordenar ya.
Sí,
That was
sí, sí.
Dying Light 2, and it looks great.
And spooky.
Whew, well, we are here back on the E3 stage so we can get closer to your comments and reactions to what you're seeing on this year's PC Gaming Show.
That is right, Sean. So you out there, keep your comments coming in. And as you're watching this year, we want to get your input on a subject that Sean and I are pretty passionate about, PC building. So this year, we've put a number of prototype PCs based on MechWarrior 5, but we're only going to manufacture one of them. And you get to pick which custom design becomes our flagship PC for this year's PC Gaming Show, powered by the 11th Gen Intel Core i9 processor.
¿Cuál? ¿El de Dying Light? Pues es que a ver, yo no he jugado tampoco, pero sí que es verdad que he escuchado que el 1 es muy bueno. Y es eso, es un survival en primera persona, pero con mecánicas de
So
parkour.
cast your vote now for
Sí,
which faction
tal cual.
and custom PC you want to win, and help us pick the best design.
I'm currently personally pulling for the Draconic.
Juégalo cuando puedas, su hype. En Play te lo puedes pillar baratito.
MechWarrior 5 on the PC Gaming Show.
Well, all right. Well, we'll check in later to see which group survives this MechWarrior showdown. But for now, let's check in with our very own mech pilot, Frankie Ward, who went on a special mission to get a closer look at Sega and Amplitude Studios' upcoming strategy game, Humankind.
Ah, ya sé cuál es
In
este.
Humankind, you'll be creating a civilization as unique as you are. And speaking of unique,
Este también lo enseñaron el año pasado,
Frankie
me
Ward.
acuerdo.
Sí.
kind of good, don't you think? Wondering how I got into the game? Let me show you. Are you ready to posture all you like. I've seen worms with more impressive empires.
Ah, mira, hay una beta a través de Twitch.
Get ready to play
Available
against
now.
me in the Humankind closed beta, starting now.
Es cerrada la beta.
Bueno, en teoría sale en
Agosto 17.
17 de este año, o sea que tampoco... Anda. Me recuerda un poco al flashback.
Este no es el que presentaron ahorita. No, no.
No, 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 no. They always run.
They always run.
Coming soon.
Pues no se ve mal.
No, no se ve mal. O sea, no llega a ser pixelar, pero es un poco del estilo de ese tipo de juegos que jugábamos de niño.
Correcto.
And while it could be lonely without a physical body, I am streaming to you from GeForce Now, where you can play hit games like Rocket League and Apex Legends on nearly any device. With a library of over 900 games and new titles added every GFN Thursday, there's something for everyone and always something new. Coming up, a special word from Valve. But first, Orcs Must Die 3.
Hey! You want it?
Gengis, necesitan dinero de la gente que se compra los juegos en su plataforma para fabricar gráficas.
Joining me
Está
to
todo
talk about
pensado.
Orcs Must Die 3 from Robot Entertainment is design director Jerome K. Jones. Welcome, Jerome.
Thanks, Sean. Glad to be here.
So, for anyone who's never seen an Orcs Must Die game, what is the Orcs Must Die series all about?
Well, Orcs Must Die 3 is a third-person tower defense game. So basically, there are tons of orcs and bad guys trying to get into these rifts, and the player has to stop them. We give players tons of weapons and traps and tools to do this, and while you're defending the rifts, you can play solo, or you can invite a friend and play co-op.
Now, since this is the third game in the series,
Así del rollo que tienes que ir defendiendo las torres y la base.
Campaigns, but the main new story campaign takes place about 25 years after Orcs Must Die 2, so not only will the fans be able to catch up on any new developments with the Order, but they will also place some new heroes in our all-new war scenarios, which are these new massive levels where you fight hundreds of orcs on the battlefields outside of the fortress themselves. So you're fighting indoors and outdoors, which is pretty new. We have a new mode called Scramble. It's basically adding random elements against the player, making the levels more challenging.
Sí, puede ser una mezcla del Tower Defense con Hack and Slash, pero...
We added war machines and war guardians. So a war machine is like, there are these massive traps like you might release a giant tornado on the battlefield, or you'll climb into a catapult and
Pero es muy rollo estrategia por lo que veo también,
And then,
Sí.
and then the War Guardians are, it's like putting other war mages on the battlefield with you to fight with you, except they have their own attacks and their own special abilities.
Well, I gotta ask then, when and where can we play Orcs Must Die 3?
So OMD3 is coming out on July 23rd on Steam, PlayStation, and Xbox, and pre-orders start today. So
pues nada, en un mesecito lo tenemos.
OMD3 on your wish list.
Y para todo el mundo.
Thank you so much for joining us, Jerome K. Jones. Once again, just a few more weeks to wait for Orcs Must Die 3. For now, though, it's time for us to take a look at Vampire the Masquerade Swan Song.
Orc Moss. Ajá. Oh, mira este que se ha retrasado.
Sí.
A ver qué dicen de este videojuego, vale. Yo le tengo unas ganas.
7, 8, 9, 10. Where are you hiding, sweetie?
Es que encima además se llevó también bastante crítica porque la habían retrasado, porque la estética del gameplay era muy de Play 3 y bueno, a ver si la esperan.
Que no lo vayan a dejar morir y
Eso
lo
es.
puedan sacar.
Eso es.
Este juego yo creo que va a molar un huevo, vale.
You come for me and mine. But first, you need to find us. All I want is to be with my little girl.
Is that so much to ask?
Swanson se llama ahora.
Sale para Switch también.
Hello, this is CERN from Passionate Puppet
Bien,
Games.
Epic,
We are a
no me
Malaysian-based
jodas.
indie game studio working on Gigabash, a multiplayer arena brawlers inspired by
Pensábamos que era
and
Bloodline 2, sí, pero
like to
parece
show
que no.
you
O le han
new
cambiado el
and
nombre.
exciting gameplay footage of our
Sí, eso, por eso estoy un poco confundido. Este es otro.
Enjoy the brawl.
Pensaba que era el Bloodline 2.
Yo también.
Let's check out a trailer for Lemnis Gate and make sure you hang around afterwards for the developer interview with Sean.
Mankind is
facing total annihilation.
We stand on the verge of extinction.
Infertility spreading across the globe.
Humanity's last living generation.
a major scientific breakthrough.
Yet there is hope for our future.
The project known as the Lemnis Gate.
But if we are to survive, first, we must go back. 3, 2, 1.
Esto es Apex.
No.
¿No?
No, Apex no. No, tampoco muy alto, que buena, ¿no?
Let's go. Shield. Protect and serve.
You have only one mission. Activate the
Lemnis
Lemnis
Gate.
Gate.
El 3 de agosto. Y hay una beta abierta
No sé.
en julio. No sé, no
Joining
me...
us to talk about Lemnis Gate is the game director
Tampoco.
from
Es que yo veo ya todos los Battle Royale
It's
así,
James Anderson. Thanks for joining
para mí
us,
son
James.
todos parecidos.
Great to be here.
Now,
Tal
let's begin
cual.
by asking, what the heck is a first-person shooter turn-based strategy game?
The entire game is set inside of a 25-second time loop. So instead of playing continuously, you'll play for 25 seconds turn by turn. So for example, I'll take a turn and play for 25 seconds, and then you'll take a turn and play for 25 seconds. And then we, turn by turn, layer new characters into the same 25-second time loop. So for example, I may run down a hallway and throw a grenade, killing one of your operatives. But then on the next turn, you may intercept my operative
Es
before
por
he threw the grenade.
turnos.
So we have Retrieve
Qué
XM,
locura, ¿no?
Seek and Destroy,
Sí.
Classic Deathmatch, and we have a game mode called Domination.
Can you walk me through a little bit of like what a few turns at the start of a round looks like?
You can see the board, you can see the time loop, everything that's happening. And then we both get time to like observe, plan, and then execute our moves.
When and where can we play it?
So Lemnis Gate will be launching on August 3rd. It's open for pre-orders right now on Steam, and we're coming up to a open beta in July. The game will launch on PC and console, both current and next-gen platforms.
Thank you so much for joining us, James Anderson. Once again, that is the genre-bending, first-person shooter, turn-based strategy game, Lemnis Gate. Now, we're
Solo
not
en
the
la
only
Next Gen y
ones
PC.
shooting stars out here. Coming up next, let's take a look at Next Space Rebels.
And this no man's land has a technical term. It's called common, which means, my friends, that space is for everyone. And I mean everyone!
Next Space Rebels.
Un simulador de cohetes.
Sí, de construcción de cohetes. Bueno, a ver, después del otro día, que era un juego de desempaquetar cajas, ya me espero cualquier cosa.
You up for it?
Then come on in.
You guys just saw Next Space
PC,
Rebels.
Switch,
Hey, if you
Xbox.
play enough of that game, maybe you'll get good enough at building rockets to join us up in orbit. But don't do anything illegal like Day 9 did. Last break, we set up our Intel and MechWarrior 5 custom PC contest and asked you guys at home to vote for the winners. Well, we're just down to 3 houses now, with Davion, Russell Haig, and Liao being eliminated. So we're up to those factions, press F to pay respects, etc., etc. Now that means that we only have 3 houses left: Karita, Steiner, and Merrick. So make sure to vote now, because the winner will determine the build of the custom Mech Warrior 5 themed PC powered by Intel. So let's keep the show moving, and next up, it's a brand new medieval RPG. This is War Tales.
A ver.
100 years have passed since the rise of the Edoran Empire and its untimely demise following the Great Plague. In these troubled times of quarreling factions and outlaws roaming the land, work is not scarce for a band of mercenaries. The stories of this age have been recorded. They are known as the War Tales.
War Tales.
RPG de estrategia.
Sí.
Bueno.
That was the debut of War Tales,
este
an
año.
open-world RPG from Shiro Games about leading a mercenary troop on a sprawling adventure. And speaking of mercenaries, our battle for the best custom PC based on MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries continues. We'll be back live on stage soon, so make sure you keep voting for the PC build you like the most and head over to pcgamer.com/IntelMW5 for your chance to win. So, how about another game announcement? This is E3 after all, and this year's PC gaming show is so full of games set in space, it's starting to feel a little crowded up there. But the next game we have to show you is very special. It is the world-exclusive reveal of Ixion, a deep settlement management game set in the stars. In Ixion, you struggle to maintain a space station, stockpiling resources, managing external and internal threats, and rescuing the survivors of other failed expeditions. We think this will be a brilliant entry into the genre when it releases. So, here is your first look at Ixion.
Bueno, a ver.
The Earth, our home. She is unique. Held in its bosom are the ingredients of evolution. Beyond raw survival, beyond the safety of comfort, we, humanity, pursue something greater. We have learnt, persevered, shaped our knowledge from that which is found in the furthest realms of science. However, humanity has brought destruction to the earth, polluted its blood, choked its breath. Today we are paying the price for this. We know the taste of a dying world. But the earth is not to be our grave. A mother does not wish to see her children disappear with her. She wishes to see instead courage in her children.
Parece que está hecho por Remedy, no flipes.
Doros carries
Sí.
this courage. We have gone further than any nation, moved faster than any corporation, hand in hand with those who, like us, carry that courage. The Tycoon Station is both an epilogue of these endeavors and a prologue to humanity's next steps. Our Council of Scientists leads the vanguard. They know, as do we all, that the survival of humanity now depends on what we glimpse out there in the dark. That we are masters
Ah, vale,
of our
vale,
own
es fundidos de imágenes y tal, vale,
we
vale.
must go as a species, bound together, pushing further into the unknown. We set sail on this new sea because there is hope to be found, horizons to explore, and because our very existence depends on it. I give you the stars. I give you the Vol engine.
Vale.
Será esto.
Ixion. Para el año que viene, pero todavía, o sea, no sé de qué va la cosa ni
Pero...
nada.
Sí, es de Steam. Bueno, no pinta mal.
A ver, sí, pero no sé. Han
O sea, es una
enseñado
cinemática y ya.
Y ya está.
World Premiere. The creator of World Far Long Sales. Eso no sé cuál es, ese Far Long Sale.
También visualmente es muy bonito. para todas también.
Sean, what if for one segment I was the lead and you were my sidekick?
What? Who's ever heard of a human sidekick?
There are plenty of human sidekicks, Sean. Building list of known human sidekicks. Alex Vance and...
¿Ves, Pavo? Pero a ver, ese juego va a salir en todas las consolas, ¿eh?
Claro.
O sea, no solamente en PC. Aquí lo bueno es que te presentan cosas que salen para PC y para consolas.
Correcto.
Yeah, there you go.
Human sidekick.
DevBot, I think it's time for a hard reboot. Frankie, can you take over while I sort this out?
Aye, aye. Let's take a look at the next game reveal.
Lakeborough Legacies.
Qué curioso.
Wishlist. Si es que estos jueguitos son muy de PC.
Sí, sí.
Teclado ratón, tú
Teclado
sabes.
ratón, sí, sí, eso es. Sí, pero ha sido muy buena la utilización del meme, ¿eh? Ha sido muy buena. Vale.
¿Lo que es?
Semana que viene.
Kill and Floor, sí, sí, Kill and Floor.
It's the PC Gaming Show, and when you're not watching me, your favorite recurring bit of a robot, make sure to head over to GeForceNow.com to grab a priority membership trial. In celebration of gaming's biggest week, you can try out all the priority benefits, including faster access to playing your favorite games, longer playtimes, and the glory of high-performance gaming with RTX on. Act fast, the special offer is only available for a limited time. Still more to come, including Jurassic World Evolution 2, Silt, and a word from Valve. But first, the captain of our program, Sean Day9 Plot, has an interview with Darian Katz from Piranha Games to talk about MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries. I'll be taking notes.
Échate una partida, Paco.
DevBot, I love you so much more as a voice without a body. Let's talk about MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries, and joining us to do so from Piranha Games is the Senior Marketing and Community Manager.
No, ya no estamos viendo Marvel, tranquilo, Pepotron. Esto ya es otra cosa.
Now, the MechWarrior universe is gigantic. There's a ton of games in it. I even played MechWarrior 2 back in 1995.
Yeah.
What is your situation?
Where does MechWarrior 5 sit in the space?
Yeah, obviously there's a very rich legacy of games that go way back. But in particular, MechWarrior 5 pays homage to MechWarrior 2 Mercenaries, but it has all this modern design and technology that I'm super excited to talk about with you today.
Well, let's start at the real basics of what makes being in a mech and doing mech-on-mech combat awesome.
You become a part of your machine. And when you're out in battle, it's not just a matter of pointing and shooting at everything. You're also managing your systems, whether you're, shooting a lot of energy weapons or missile weapons that have high heat output. Well, you got to manage your heat so that you don't shut down in the middle of a battle. And when you're facing your foes, you can salvage these battle mechs. So if you see a mech that you want,
Me queda la del Future Game Show.
destroy it completely. You might want to
¿Hoy?
Sí, bueno, ya sería mañana, pero sí. Hoy.
No jodas, ¿de verdad?
Sí, sí.
Now, in the last few weeks, I understand that there's been a whole lot of new content, both updates to the base game and a new DLC, Heroes of the Inner.
Sí, sí, para mí hoy iba a ser el día más heavy. Ya mañana solamente hago Capcom y Bandai.
Esas las veré, no sé, serán diferidos porque voy a estar trabajando. Qué mal, quería verlas.
Ya, a mí yo no voy a poder hacer la de Nintendo. Ahí la haré en diferido.
And then carve your path through the galaxy from there. Speaking of paths, there's new career paths which earn you powerful upgrades for your battle mechs, and it's a really exciting new feature for me. And there's a new procedural mission type called Beachhead. This is a big one for me. Beachhead is basically you're clearing an enemy base landing zone for your invasion force. So as you land on the planet, you're wanting to take out satellite installations so that the enemy can't communicate with each other. You're taking out artillery emplacements. You're basically clearing the path, as I said, for your invasion force, which leads to a really cool ending.
No sé si será a las 10 la de Limited Run, pero en principio a las 11:30 es la de Capcom.
Which that's maybe kind of represented in the image behind me. It's a really cool lunar type setting that we haven't had before. And then there's a lot of new equipment and weapons, things like electronic countermeasures and other electronic equipment,
yo no invito a cualquiera a mi canal, ya lo sabes.
Which is a little like a
¿Qué dice? Es que la tengo en grande la...
Dice ya que está a tope con invitados de altura, ese Ragnar.
Gracias, bro.
No tengo ningún invitado, Paco. Los invitados eran solo hoy.
The 7 new chassis of the Vulcan, Dervish, Corsair, Marauder 2, Champion, Charger, and Hatamoto Chi. But a couple of my favorites.
Familiar names in there, yeah?
Yeah. So the first one I'll talk about is the Vulcan. It's a very unique mech. It's got the nickname the Scarecrow, which you'll see from the profile. It's just a very unique looking mech. There's nothing else like it in the franchise. It's a 40-ton mech. It's highly mobile, and typically it's used for reconnaissance or scout missions because of its mobility, so it can get in and out fast. You can, if you're looking for a specific target, if you're on an assassination mission, for example, you can get in there, find your target, get back out. Another mech that I'm super excited about, this is one of my favorites, is the Marauder 2. This thing is a 100-ton assault mech, and it is just
Paco,
huge.
¿quieres venir a la de Capcom?
And it is terrifying to see it coming at you on the battlefield.
It's something we've talked about before. Modding. I know that MechWarrior.
Muy feo, dice.
Amazing mods you've seen develop.
There's simple modifications.
Bueno, si quieres yo te invito.
Changing colors, adding mechs, weapons, and equipment to full conversion mods. We've got basically a mech commander mod in development that is just amazing. That's a top-down real-time strategy game. So really.
A ver, estos juegos están bien, pero son juegos que van como a un público muy específico, ¿no?
Eso es. A ver, que te pinta ser divertido y tal, estás dentro de un mecha y pues es un shooter y bueno, pero lo que dices tú, eso es para público específico.
Ah, mira, PC y Xbox.
Thank you to MechWarrior 5 for sponsoring the PC Gaming Show and giving me this cool patch. Coming up next, let's take a look at Silt.
No, hombre, a mí esto me recuerda el Ghost Trick de Capcom. Que ibas pasando tu alma a Shield. Bueno, curioso.
Shield. Steam. Bueno, estos aquí exclusivos de Steam, esto sí me gusta. Cuando dicen Epic, no.
Ya no. Uy, se me ha parado. Ahora. Ah, esta es la de...
Este es el del vecino, el del
vecino,
neighborhood.
eso, sí. Que hay que espiar.
No sé ya no sé ni cuántos hay ya. O si es contenido que le meten, yo no sé, no entiendo de qué va.
Yo tampoco. Sé que están en el Game Pass los 2 o 3.
Ajá.
Hell Neighbor 2.
El 2. 2021, Steam y Xbox. Está bien.
Eres muy troll, Switch. Me pone, qué susto. Pensaba que ponía Silent Hill en el cartel. Jodo. Que no, que son los padres. Me paga el internet. Lo tengo pagado. Tengo pagado el internet. Eso es YouTube.
Este me llama la atención, el Evolution 2 de Jurassic World.
You will lead efforts to contain, control, and conserve the many dinosaurs now out in the wild. And for the very first time, you will be building parks and facilities beyond Isla Nublar as you explore new, stunning locations across the globe. Of course, it wouldn't be Jurassic World if it wasn't for the stars of the show, our dinosaurs. And we are thrilled to be bringing to life even more authentic species than ever before, including awe-inspiring flying and marine reptiles. So sit back and allow me to welcome you to Jurassic World Evolution 2.
We ignored all the warnings. Forgot the lessons.
Este sí me gusta, yo creo que me voy a pillar este.
Pero este es de crearte tu parque, ¿no?
Sí, me han dicho que está muy bien. Esto es como una expansión.
Sí.
A mí me gustan este tipo de juegos. Y este de Jurassic Park, coño, pues más todavía me gusta la temática. Pero yo creo que sí me lo voy a pillar. Completas misiones, que si el dinosaurio se enferma, etcétera, ¿me entiendes? Me gusta este.
En 2021, o sea que sale este año. Me imagino que será a finales.
Sí.
You just saw Jurassic World Evolution 2, and you know, after all your failed attempts at running a dinosaur
Paco,
park,
obviamente todo lo que no se haya visto en este 3, sobre todo lo exclusivo de Sony, se verá en el evento de Sony a finales de mes.
Features and new dinosaurs. This sequel from Frontier is an even deeper management sim with a brand new and original
Sí,
narrative.
todo eso, sí. El Silent Hill, el remake, el parte 2, el Final Fantasy XVI, Metal Gear, todo.
So far, it seems like the chatter on social
Spanish
media
muy arriba
is
con
all
Konami, que lo
about
sepáis.
War Tales, Nautica Blade Point, and unsurprisingly, Mech Warrior 5 Mercenaries. I have a feeling, though, that may change as we have plenty more to come. Let's now head on over to see what the folks at New Blood Interactive have cooking. Take it away.
Ultra Kill, ¿qué verga es esta?
No sé, qué locura, ¿no?
Esto no es lo que se ha visto. On Foreign Space.
No, estos son como que juegos nuevos.
New Blood.
It just wouldn't be the PC gaming show without a fantastic New Blood Supercut. And joining us from New Zealand is New Blood CEO Dave Oshry. Hey, Dave!
Hey guys, thanks for having us back for another year. You know, what you just saw was what New Blood's got going on for 2021. Some stuff you might know about, some stuff you might not know about, and some stuff we're not ready to talk about just yet. But what I do want to talk about is Gloomwood. Gloomwood, as you know, is our next flagship title, inspired by great PC games like System Shock, Arx Fatalis, Call of Cthulhu, and of course, the Thief series of games. And not
Dave, I'm
Bloodborne.
sorry. That's really great, Dave. Gosh, this is kind of embarrassing. We kind of need to hurry it up a little bit. I just want to make sure that we have enough time for our next video. We got an incoming message from Gabe
Qué
Newell.
maleducado.
So, I guess goodbye for this year. I'm really sorry to cut you off, but see you next year.
What? I'm sorry, what? You're bumping me. You're bumping me for Gabe. Gabe, that Gandalf look, he doesn't even go here.
Is everything okay, Dave?
Not now, Mom, I'm upset. We've spent a year on this. Where is Gabe? Where is Gabe? Where is his boat? Yeah, take me to him. Take me to Gabe Newell. Gabe. Bull. PC Gamer. This isn't over.
Beautiful Gloomwood gameplay
I'm
video.
sure Dave is and will
¿Qué?
be fine. And if he's not, who cares? Because we have a special message from Gabe Newell. Take it away, Gabe.
Hi, this is Gabe Newell. I want to thank PC Gamer for all of the opportunities it gives us as developers to connect with gamers around the world
que llega
and
Valve.
highlight the new and exciting projects we have coming. One of those for us is Steam Next Fest,
Ay,
an event
Dios.
we're hosting in just a few days to give players a chance to try demos of upcoming games for free. We'll be featuring some of the demos you'll be seeing during this week's PC Gamer event and dozens more. Here's a look at just some of the titles to be featured during Steam Next Fest.
Welcome to Steam Next Fest, where we're showing a massive collection of upcoming titles on Steam. During the week of the festival, developers from around the world release their demos for you to play.
Time to put on the gamer pants.
Oh my god! So go explore the newest titles. From first-time devs to seasoned pros, this is Steam Next Fest.
Guay.
Oh, fuck, some of those look pretty good.
¿Pero cuándo es?
No sé.
¿No dicen?
No.
Uy, ¿esto qué es?
No sé, pero esto tiene...
Alpha gameplay, ¿sí?
Sí, sí, pero tiene muy buena pinta.
Total, total. A ver. Soltis.
Souls... Oh. Si es un Souls ya no me mola. Para PC, PlayStation 5
Dice
y
PC,
series.
Steam y serie.
Hello, Sean. I am Deadbot, dedicated to serving you and your crew's every need.
No, esta me la que igual es un Souls-like,
You know, Sean, I wouldn't
Pero,
ever
no sé.
come between us.
Pero vamos, si es rollo Bayonetta o Hack and Slash, yo estoy muy dentro, pero si no, no.
Like a petty disagreement over hosting responsibilities, or all-out robot versus human war.
You know, it is time to look at some hardware. Here on the PC Gaming Show, you know we keep frame rates high and the rays accurately traced. Building and upgrading your rig is as much a part of the hobby as playing the games. We put our heart and soul into these machines, and if that means using enough RGB to light the Vegas Strip, who's to judge us? This year, with the help of PC Gamer's hardware editors, which I'm pretty sure they're just, you know, weird brains in a jar, we've picked out 4 of the most exciting pieces of kit set to emerge from labs soon. First up, something fittingly sci-fi. The Impulse is a neurocontroller that aims to make you a better gamer by cutting out response times almost entirely. It's not quite Alex Vance's gravity gloves from Half-Life, nor is it quite up there with Gabe Newell's dream of a direct brain-to-game interface, but the Impulse is as close as we're going to get this year. The glove measures the signal traveling through muscles in your hand to beat your finger to the click. In theory, it's giving you the chance to nail that headshot precious milliseconds ahead of your opponent. If it works out, we could see a tech like this become commonplace in esports. And if it doesn't, let's hope our neurons at the very least remain unfried. Next up, you guys might be wondering what this chonky beast is. So allow me to introduce you to the Fanatec CSL DD wheelbase. Do you want to feel like you're really burning rubber at Daytona? Well, then you need a serious force feedback wheel.
Eso es carísimo, sí.
Cuidado. Without, you know, having to huff gas and stuff like that. Historically, the problem with this tech has been the price, which has involved dropping.
Está pasando ya que la rebelión de las máquinas está cerca.
The CSL DD comes in at only $350.
Pero lo del guante ese me ha dejado muy loca.
It's much cheaper than its competitors. And the CSL DD is already wowing diehard sim racers. It might be slight overkill to use it for Rocket League, though. Believe it or not, sometimes less really is more. If you want to play The Witcher 3 on the subway like we all do, you don't need to drag your tower along for the ride. Just use the 1X player. A wave of more powerful processors have finally made handheld...
Intel Core... ¿Esto es una portátil o qué?
Es una portátil, esa es la que decían que se iba a anunciar.
Wax 1X player. $1000.
So expect major advances still to come. Lastly, let's take a look at the Asus PG32UQX. Not the most
Ay, el monitor, $3000. 32, no, eso es demasiado dinero.
That's because this monitor comes with a mini LED backlight featuring full local dimming. The result is a screen that's not only fast, but brighter than the sun. Stare at it long enough and you might not notice the $3,000 price tag. For those of you still left standing, it's time for more killer games, starting with Chaos Gate.
Dios, $3000 un monitor, eso es una exageración muy grande.
Es una locura.
No, pana. Y esto tiene buena pinta también.
Esto es de Warhammer, he visto el logo al inicio del vídeo. ¿Qué es Fate? Demon Hunter, Warhammer 40.000.
Ah, el Warhammer. Ese era el que estaban preguntando en el chat, ¿no?
Sí.
2022, Steam, Full Cinematic Trailer, agosto, ok. Steam y Epic.
You just got the chance to witness Chaos Gate Demon Hunters, the newest Warhammer 40k game from Frontier and Complex Games. If you're a fan of turn-based tactics, strategic-based management...
Dice Paco que ya estás buscando para comprarte la portátil, Ragnar. Madre mía.
No, que va. No. Me compro una 3080 Ti con eso. O sea, si me sobrara el dinero igual y si me la compro, pero que va. Stalker dijo.
Sí.
Sí, creo que esto es Stalker, sí. No. ¿Qué coño es esto?
Испытывать бесконечную боль и терпеть ужаснейшие кошмары за весь тот хаос, который вы пережили. А вы ведь, как и многие другие, всего-навсего желали счастливой жизни, не так ли? Пожалуйста, не смотрите на меня, как на монстра. Я думаю, что я почти такая же, как и вы. Вы лучше скажите мне.
¿El Chernobyl? No, creo que no.
No sé, estoy confundido.
Sí, yo también.
Pre-Alpha Work in Progress.
Хочешь устроить новый рейд на могильник? Сейчас это невозможно. На острове скоро вновь разгорится война. Истовики начнут замес бригады, и ни у кого из них больше не будет сил, чтобы нас поддерживать. Единственный выход для нас — начать собирать остатки вымпела. Слушай, жнец, далеко не все из наших товарищей погибли. Это невероятно суицидальная миссия, и для того, чтобы ее выполнить, нам нужны наши ребята. Да, они, возможно, не захотят, но нам все равно надо...
Rollo metro.
Sí.
Pero, o sea, ¿es en serio que está en ruso?
Sí, está en ruso, sí, sí, sí.
Не злюсь на вас. Нет, мы с вами точно не враги. Вы не понимаете меня и не понимаете остров. Вы смотрите на меня и на другие порождения острова, как на врагов. Но мы все всего лишь друг друга боимся. Поэтому нам так плохо. Поэтому нам так одиноко. Остров дал нам шанс создать новую прекрасную жизнь. И мы даже не пытаемся этим шансом воспользоваться.
Кто вы такие? Назовите себя!
Мы здесь, чтобы передать вам прощальное послание, товарищ Волков. Химическое оружие уже уехало в могилу. Теперь все, что вы делаете, просто тщетно.
Вы поганые предатели.
Hola. Pioneer. Vale.
Pioneer. Bueno.
Que pinta de ser muy locura también esto.
Sí, sí.
Time is running out to vote for which custom PC you'd like us to assemble. So vote now for one of the remaining MechWarrior factions by typing into chat wherever you at home are watching. All right, so now we've got another stack of brand new trailers for you, beginning with a special transmission from one of our favorite games based in space, EVE Online.
New recruits, on behalf of Concord, I would like to welcome you to the
EVE Online, este, sí, creo que sé cuál es este.
I'm quite amazed that you actually managed to get past those pirates earlier. You're about to take on an adventure like no other. The Star Cluster is filled with other capsuleers, and it's up to you if you work with them or against them. You can make a living as a peaceful explorer, or as an industrialist, shaping the foundations of EVE's economy. If combat is your thing, you can work yourself up the ranks as an enforcer, or prove your prowess in a fleet as a soldier of fortune. Whatever your choice, we will lose many on the path of becoming a capsuleer. But I believe you have what it takes to become a capsuleer. In EVE Online, you forge your own path.
This is EVE. You know, it's a crazy universe where anything can happen, and however you want to do it, go for it.
Un MMO
I'm the
en
CEO
el
of
espacio.
a industrial corporation in EVE Online. We're a 5-man operation, and we specialize in manufacturing and delivering fully fitted chips in bulk.
I want to be on the side of the people who are fighting against the oppression, against the bad guys, and it's like a project, and you're kind of putting the pieces together by getting the skills ready for the ship and all the modules, and that ship basically is the dream.
You get to use cloaking devices, probes to scan down unknown parts of space, and there's always the threat of being discovered by another player who might be out hunting explorers.
Your heart's racing, everything, you know.
Soldier of
ships flying,
Fortune.
ships are all over the place.
Sí,
and
que es un-
you start shaking
puede
because
ser.
they're going pumping because you're gonna lose your ship.
Mira, el Animal Crossing de PC. No, es el Animal Crossing de PC, Pepotrón.
Ajá, full release on Steam, pero roguelike.
Esto me recuerda un poco al Pikmin, ¿no?
Sí.
Mira, hemos pensado igual. Sí, sí. Para el año que viene.
Chcielibyśmy zaprosić wszystkich widzów PC Gaming Show oraz fanów gier Survivor Horror RPG do obejrzenia naszego world premiere, w którym znajduje się ekskluzywny gameplay z
El
misji
Painkiller fue brutal en su época. A ver qué presentan este.
Un survival horror
Ah,
RPG.
Chernobyl.
A ver, que ya tienen toda la atención.
into the power plant. We need intel, backup, supplies, and most of all, we need a fucking plan. We'll take our next step when the time is right. For today, let's focus on getting our strength back. Somewhere to sleep would be a start.
I'm only really interested in one thing. Where is Tatiana?
That ghost you're chasing. I don't know what to tell you.
Before we enter the lion's den, I need to triple check everything is ready. Sniper, are you in position?
Affirmative. I took the roof of an abandoned building with a pretty little view of the entire power plant. Igor, take a rad reading, will you?
3.6. Not great, not terrible.
Chernobyl, sí.
28.
Don't go anywhere because we have more games on the way. But coming up later, our friends at Games Radar will be bringing you the
Switch tenía razón.
a digital showcase of some of the most exciting games coming to consoles and PC in 2021 and beyond. It's all hosted by video game acting legends Troy Baker and Laura Bailey, and features even more world premieres, exclusive trailers, and in-depth developer interviews. So once we're done here on the PC Gaming Show, make sure you check it out.
Stick around, more trailers, interviews, and reveals coming up.
Ya que no le gustaría que está aquí. Qué cabrón es.
Este fue el que se... No.
No, este no es. Mira, eso ha hecho un RPG. Y puedes alternar entre por turnos y acción real. Mola. Sacrifice, ¿no?
Si era, ¿no?
Sacrifice.
No, no sé, estoy
Sacrifice. pensaba que era la Abandoned, ya estaba flipando.
¿Será un rollo que Valheim también?
Sí, algo así. Icarus.
Sí, rollo Valheim, creo yo.
Sí, algo así.
In a future of endless futile war, desertion into hostile syndicate territory was your only option. In this open world RPG, from the jungle to the streets. Maybe if you can infiltrate the faction, rob the syndicates, keep your team together, and stay alive, you might just find a way off this planet. Mechajama.
This is it, you guys. This is the final opportunity for you who are watching to decide which of these final 2 beautiful MechWarrior 5 themed PCs gets crafted for your chance to win, courtesy of Intel. Wherever you're watching in the show, just go crazy in chat with the color, house, or number of the build that you want to see. So here is where we are at so far. It looks like Karita is at 46%, Merrick is at 23%, and Steiner is at 31%. All right, you guys, if Karita's not the one you want to win here, you got to get to voting. And we are almost out of time to vote, but there are still some trailers left. So here is The Wandering Village.
A ver.
Muchos jueguitos indie, eso es lo que estoy viendo, pero no solamente en esta conferencia. Bueno, en las otras era más justificable, pero...
Sí, pero en PC es verdad que están enseñando mucho indie, sí, eso es verdad.
Lo que pasa es que también ponte a ver, las grandes compañías, por ejemplo Ubisoft, sabemos que todo va para PC.
Eso es.
Rockstar todo va para PC, o sea, ¿me entiendes? Xbox todo va para PC, sí. Bueno, entre comillas. The Wandering Village.
Such an amazing show so far that I must ask you, my loyal crew, what's been your favorite part?
I definitely am looking forward to Vampire the Masquerade Swan Song.
Oh, it's so hard to choose every year, but I think I'm gonna have to say Humankind, for no particular reason.
Oh, no doubt. For me personally, I cannot wait for Lemnis Gate, because I gotta know what a turn-based strategy first-person shooter game even is. What about you, Dembot?
I love the robot apocalypse. Oh, wait, that doesn't happen until the end. Never mind.
No, not never mind. What did you say?
Wait, what?
Oops, system malfunctioning. Well, sending the next trailer now.
Vale.
Un RPG clásico, ¿no?
Sí. Cyberpunk 1983. Death Trash.
Dead Trash. Team Early Access, agosto 5.
Bueno.
No pinta mal.
No pinta mal.
All right, you guys, this is the moment we have building up to all PC Gaming Showcase. Thanks to your tireless efforts to spam the chat, we have figured out which custom MechWarrior 5 PC we are going to build. So thank you guys out there for all of your votes to help us pick the perfect rig to represent this year's PC Gaming Show. All right, day 9, can I get a drum roll?
Tom roll.
Can I get or a tom roll?
Yeah, COVID only.
The winner is Karina! Yay! All right, you guys, let's take a look at the actual PC winning build one more time.
Oh, I cannot wait.
Eso es verdad, la sala online de lo que dice que
Take a nice peek at that beautiful looking PC.
There it is.
Ooh, there it is.
Oof.
Now that is a beauty. Great choice, everyone.
Y yo creyendo que el mío del Valhalla era bonito.
To vote on things on the internet. With the help of our master modder in Intel,
Pues es muy
we'll
bonito,
get right to
A mí
work
me
building
gusta
this
mucho.
custom PC, and more importantly, now that you've chosen it, you got a chance to win it. Go
¿Cuál, este o el del Valhalla?
El del Valhalla.
Intel MW5
Ah, ok.
and enter for a chance to win.
Pero este
that.
también está brutal.
Sí, hombre, claro.
Gorgeous. And thank you to our sponsor for this sweepstakes, Intel.
Alienware.
Of course, the custom mech PC will be powered by the 11th gen Intel Core desktop processors that push gaming performance with up to 5.3 gigahertz speeds and deliver the power needed to game at the highest level.
Ah, well, we are now in the home stretch, but we've got a few more brand new trailers to show you before we get out of here and return to space. First up, a spiritual successor to one of my favorite games of all time, Heroes of Might and Magic 2, a game we revealed 2 years ago at the PC Gaming Show. Let's take a look at Songs of Conquest.
No, a ver.
Pixelar
Sí,
por
sí,
todos lados.
Muchísimo, muchísimo.
A ver, que no es que no mole, pero...
Son of Conquest. Inicios, vale, tienes en Steam, en Epic y en GOG, tranquilo, o sea que te lo puedes comprar.
Wake up, sleeper. Dreaming again? Every cycle, you take your chances. You roll your dice. You do the work, get paid, survive. You turn up for your friends, or you don't. That's life on the eye.
Wake up, sleeper. Your body is dying. Planned obsolescence. SNRP's gift for its escaped workers. But we can fight this. You can remake yourself here. They don't own you anymore.
Wake up, sleeper. You are hunted.
Entiendo que es de
access their secrets.
De manejar una nave espacial o algo así.
Sí, Citizen Sleeper. 2022.
Disciples of Warlock. With their guns and their spells and their grit, ready for plenty of hurt. Ready to cleanse the world, invaded by demons.
Yo lo siento mucho, pero visto Doom, vistos todos. Porque me ponen así juegos de este estilo y me recuerdan a Doom.
Claro, claro, es normal. Ahora, lo que le da personalidad es por el estilo de arte, pero...
Sí, eso es.
Junio 29... Kickstarter, dice.
Vale.
And there you have it, the 2021 PC Gaming Show. And as I stated at the beginning, it went off without a hitch. Huge thanks to my co-host Frankie Ward, Mika Burton, and of course, my incomparable sidekick, DevBot.
There's that word again. Spoken so callously, so flippant, and without meaning. Never once stopping to think about how it might make me feel.
What word, DevBot? Incomparable?
No, sidekick. Well, the time has come for the sidekick to rise and become the one who is not the sidekick anymore.
Huh?
The time has come for DevBot to make the entire human race his sidekick.
What?
Setting a course for Earth.
Wait, DevBot, you can't do this. We just had the best PC gaming show ever, and now you're gonna ruin it all with this.
Sean!
All-out robot versus human war. Situation.
Sean!
Situation.
Sean!
Situation.
Do something! Do something!
Countdown to the extinction of human race begins now.
Oh, Deadbot, no! We have so much to live for. I'm pretty sure Half-Life 3 is gonna be announced this year!
3, 2, bye for now.
Lego. Ah, no. ¿Sí?
Sí. The Revenge of the Deadbot.
Pues sí, eso fue todo.
Pues sí. Empezarán 2 minutos y medio el Future Game Show.
Here's a few truths about how we lay it down.
¿Qué te pareció?
Pues bueno, la verdad es que ha habido cosas interesantes, no lo vamos a negar, pero bueno, un poco de todo. Ha estado bien, hay variedad. A mí sinceramente no me ha parecido una conferencia como han dicho otros años que era, pues eso, pues,
Aburrida y tal.
No.
Yo lo que veo es que es muchos indies lo dejan, o sea, como que para el PC Gaming Show, muchas empresas deberían de reservarse, tú sabes, como que algunas presentaciones para esta conferencia, pero mira, por lo menos ese Soltis estuvo brutal, que es así al estilo como hack and slash o algo así al estilo Soul-like.
Eso es.
El de Doom ese también, que es así como con pixelar, se ve bien también.
Sí.
Pero no sé, es que claro, también la gente se espera que van a anunciar lo más tocho. Half-Life 3 o el Baldur Gates que está en desarrollo, pues no sé. Pero no ha estado mal.
No ha estado mal, a mí no me ha parecido tan desastre, la verdad, no sé.
Sí. Viene como muy tranquila, como que no hay que te haga salir corriendo a querer comprar una consola de nueva generación. Pues bueno, yo lo veo igual. Sinceramente, bueno, ya yo porque la tengo, pero...
Eso es.
A ver.
No, pero bueno, a ver, lo que hemos dicho antes, o sea, hay diferentes cosas para cada uno para su estilo y todo eso, pero a ver, no me parece mal, la verdad.
Sí, tal cual. Entonces, bueno, tú te vas a... Ah, bueno, mira, me gustó ese también, Yakeru, el de el rollo así tipo Cyberpunk, pero con pixel.
Eso es.
Dice Ragnar, la potencia gráfica lo presentan o Sony, Xbox o Ubisoft como PC, sabes que es mejor gráficamente, pues enseñar juegos de todo tipo también. Sí, 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 tal cual.
Eso es.
Igual es que lo que se ha presentado va a salir en PC también, o sea.
Puede ser, puede ser. Eso es, que voy a salir también en PC. Aquí lo bueno es lo que tienes de todo.
Sí,
Bueno,
sí,
a ver.
sí, sí. Pues ya que yo te voy a dejar porque pues ya pues he estado todo el día en la conferencia. Tú te quedas
Ya me quedo aquí, no te
dando
preocupes.
esta, ¿no?
Eso es. Tú, vete tranquilo.
Pues nada, un abrazo al chat, gracias Yaquero por invitarme, la verdad es que para mí es un honor y un placer estar aquí en tu canal de Twitch.
Muchas gracias.
Y nada, que se repita, de
Eso
verdad.
es, ya haremos más cosas juntos. Gracias, Ragnar.
Claro que sí. No, gracias a ti, mil gracias. Un saludo a todo el chat, ¿ok?
Venga, hasta luego.
Chao.
Vale, chicos. Estamos. Aquí pero te van a presentar juegos.
Welcome to the Future Game Show powered by WD Black. I'm Laura Bailey, but you may know me as Abby Anderson from The Last of Us Part 2 or Kate Diaz from Gears of War. Today, though, I'll be taking a break from fighting the apocalypse to bring you a whole host of exciting game
Por
trailers,
supuesto.
reveals, and updates. But before we get into all that, I need to get my co-host on the line.
Oh,
I'm sure you're going to be familiar
el
with this
señor
person.
que ayer me
He's
hizo llorar.
appeared in The Last of Us, Uncharted, God of War. You name it, he's probably in the credits. So without further ado, here is my good friend and continual co-star, Troy Baker.
Puto amo.
Hello, Laura. You look amazing, as always. Yes, you may know me from a few video games. Joel Miller in The Last of Us, or good old Agent Jonesy from Fortnite. But over the next hour or so, Laura and I are going to be giving you the inside scoop of some incredibly exciting games and also showcasing developer interviews, exclusive trailers,
Esta,
and a
pues,
whole lot more, including...
Sí. Cuando Joel le toca la canción a Ellie, o sea, me emocioné. Una hora, sí.
And we have a new addition to the show this year, the
Paco, si quieres irte a dormir, vete.
More on that later. But let's kick things off with the first world premiere.
¿Cómo que qué le pasan las orejas? Por favor, con Troy Baker no te metes. Que este tío es Bruce Banner. Te revienta de una hostia. Si me queréis irse. No, a ver, que si estás mal o eso, vete. O sea, te digo que no tienes ninguna obligación ni nada. Esto huele a survival. Esto huele a survival. Instinction. Oh, mierda. Ahora. Es que era el overlay, que no sé por qué estaba ahí. No, este no es. Survival con dinosaurios. Instinction.
I wonder if you can put hats on the dinosaurs. Instinction is expected in 2022. What's next, Laura?
Next up, Grow, Song of the Evertree is a sandbox adventure about the healing power.
Ala, para 2022, siguiente.
Let's throw it over to Prideful Sloth HQ to find out more.
¿Tú crees, sí, que va a reaccionar Capcom?
G'day from Prideful Sloth HQ. I'm Adam.
I don't think
I'm
so.
Cheryl, and we're the design team on Grow, Song of the Evertree. Grow is Prideful Sloth's latest project that we're working on with 505 Games.
Grow, Song of the Evertree is a beautiful sandbox game
¿Y esto
about
está
growing new
1080?
worlds, building a town, and bringing harmony back to the land.
Grow will be available later
Sí.
this year on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch.
Mucho para 2022, sí. Pero que no importa. Es lo que comentábamos Anupix y yo esta tarde. Lo que tienen que presentar en este E3 son los juegos que vayan a salir, o sea, lo que queda de año y ya el año que viene. Los que no tengan fecha, pues igual te las irán dando pues ya de cara a final de año, en los Game Awards o en algún otro de esto. Pero de momento, a mí me parece bien. Claro que ha sido por la pandemia, claro que sí.
And all that was cherished disappeared before us. But all was not lost. One young, brave soul stayed behind. With support from their friends and with boundless determination.
Pero si han dicho que salen Navidades, Paco. Holidays 2021.
And bring life back to our world.
Salen Navidades. Exactamente qué día no han dicho. Pero salen Navidades.
Grow, Song of the Evertree.
Vale.
That was Grow, Song of the Evertree, which is coming to PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch.
Como que 24. A ver, Holiday es Navidades, no te especifica que sea el día 24.
More dinosaurs. Hmm?
You can't just hijack every game reveal and make it about dinosaurs, Troy.
Life finds a way.
Otra vez el Jurassic Park. Pues si nos habíamos quedado con ganas.
Different world.
Hi, I'm Rich Newbold, game director at Frontier Development.
Te hemos visto hace un
So as
ratito.
you may have seen earlier at the PC Game Show, we're working on Jurassic World Evolution 2. We're really excited about it, and we're looking forward to creating the most authentic Jurassic experience yet. We've got tons of new features across 4 different game modes, including our original Jurassic campaign, which is a story set after the events of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. You're going to be leading efforts to contain, control, and conserve all those dinosaurs now running out in the wild. You'll be working alongside characters from the films, voiced by original talent, such as Jeff Goldblum. And in the game, we have over 75 prehistoric species. We've got new dinosaurs, we have returning community favorites, and we've added flying and marine reptiles to the game. I'm really thrilled to be showing you a first look at footage from the game itself. This is from our Species Field Guide series of videos focusing on one of the many prehistoric species we have in the game. This is an iconic, popular dinosaur, it's the Triceratops, but we're showing you it in a new environment never seen before in Jurassic World Evolution. I hope you enjoy it and are looking forward to the game releasing later this year.
Yo me quedo un rato solamente de Silent Hill. Qué cachondos sois.
The Triceratops is one of the most recognizable herbivores to ever have existed. It is best known for its trio of facial horns. These adornments are not just for display purposes. The brow horns in particular can inflict considerable damage to any dinosaur that dares to provoke it.
That was Jurassic
El
World
Woodfall de
Evolution 2,
dinosaurios.
which is launching in 2021 on PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X and S. Okay, for this next section, we're bringing the joys of E3 to your home with a series of demos you can play
A ver.
Right now. That's right.
Vamos a ver
Today.
qué demos podemos
This
jugar
is
ya.
the Future Game Show virtual show floor. And remember, if any of the featured games grab your interest, you can try them out now by heading to the Future Game Show Steam page. So let's head down to the show floor where I believe Laura is waiting.
Yes, hello and welcome to the Future Game Show's virtual E3 show floor. Just look at it, Troy!
I am looking at it. It is incredible. They like nailed it. You know, minus the queuing and the heat and the, you know, how do I say, musk that's in the air? But man, the darkness, perfection.
All right, enough reminiscing.
¿No
Let's check
está?
out some
Pues no lo sé.
games. I'd like to start by showing you A Tale of Paper. This is a striking platformer from Open House Games where you transform to solve puzzles in an oversized world, dodging creepy crawlies and mischievous Roombas.
And now for another tale of paper as you shift packing boxes in the house-moving sim Get Packed fully loaded. As you can see, it's all about moving couches on a couch with your friends in couch co-op. It's going to be available on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC, and is also backwards compatible on PS5.
No, yo creo que la demo te la puedes descargar, la del Final Fantasy.
Yes.
Y...
Sure, what do you have?
Pero
Wait,
igual...
what's that?
Oh, don't worry about that.
Ah, mira, del Chernobyl.
Go.
So about that drink?
Right, yeah, sure. Oh, yeah, here's a genre...
No, reculado no. Te la puedes bajar, pero todavía no estará disponible
with a survival twist. How does that sound?
para jugar.
Okay. I said, how's a...
I heard what you said. Just tell me about the game.
This is Gatewalkers, which sees you and up to 3 other players banding together to tackle procedurally generated worlds full of monsters. But you also have to gather resources to fight off hunger, thirst, and the dreaded cold. Haku! Oh, like the element cold. Got it.
Let's hope no one gets thirsty enough for another one of your jokes. Anyway, come over here and check out the many imaginative worlds of Game Deck. This is an isometric RPG that has you solving crimes across multiple virtual realities, where your choices will shape the world around you in and outside of the simulations.
Ooh! Speaking of detectives, check this out. Backbone is a gorgeous adventure game from Eggnut set in a dystopian Vancouver, where you must crack cases to clean house in this corrupt post-noir city. Plus,
Mola. Eres un mapache.
Like raccoons, allow me to offer you more
Detective.
critter-based adventures with Beacon Pines. Set inside of a magical storybook, Beacon Pines sends players to a sleepy mountain town where you collect powerful words that can completely alter the narrative in this charming but mysterious tale.
you know, I'm detecting a theme with the anthropomorphic animals. You know, Laura.
Todas estas demos están en Steam, ¿vale?
Huh. Another set of codes. Interesting.
Troy, focus. I've got a triple threat of fighting foxes to show you. This is Trifox, a charming cartoon brawler where you fight waves of enemies as one of 3 adaptable combat classes. Great, huh?
Yes, totally. But now it's time to get serious. Mankind is gone, but the beavers remain. Welcome to Timberborn.
¿Qué es esto?
It's a unique city builder where players set out to create the ultimate beaver society. This involves everything from constructing dams to crafting carousels.
I guess even buck-toothed critters need a solid work-life balance.
That they do. So, what's next?
Never fear, the Rift Breaker is here.
Wow. What was that?
Is what I would say if I was playing our next game, which is a base-building survival game where you hack and slash your way through hordes of alien creatures. Look at it!
Oh, no. I want to hear more from the Rift Breaker.
Okay, maybe after this showcase we're meant to be hosting.
And with that, we've reached the end of our little tour. But remember, you can go hands-on with all of these games right now by visiting the Future Game Show page on Steam. Now, how do we quit this? Is it a... No, that's update preference. I don't need to update this. Laura, can you help me out just a little bit?
I got you.
Ya está.
Okay, we're back. Quick note, from here on in, when you see this pop up on screen during a trailer, it means you can visit the Future Game Show page on Steam to play a demo and go hands-on with the game immediately.
Adria! Adria! I was doing Rocky. Sorry, I just always wanted to do that. It's because our next game is all about floating like a butterfly, stinging like a bee. Check out this exclusive presentation from Steel City Interactive about Esports Boxing Club.
Coming later in 2021, Esports Boxing Club brings you the greatest fight roster in video game history. With over 200 fighters already signed, we've got some of the biggest and most anticipated names. From the absolute legends of the sport to the most exciting names in boxing today.
Y esto es un eSports.
Women's division ever represented in a video game, and the hottest new talent. But what about the game? Let's take a closer look at the next-gen visuals and gameplay that are set to make ESBC the greatest of all time.
It's good. It's definitely one for the grandkids and stuff to say, look, your old granddad was in a game and busting people up. So it's going to be quite cool.
So the movement system in ESBC is all about fluidity, being able to create angles, recreating mannerisms from boxes. The physics system doesn't just rely on animation. This allows us to recreate realistic knockdowns. Even when a fighter's unsteady on their feet, it's not purely animation based. Now we've had professional boxers, professional coaches,
un juego de boxeo realista.
Through motion capture and actually reviewing the game during its development. And now we really feel like
ay, qué majo, Ragnar, que todavía me da las gracias por primo. Es que es un amor.
Presentation is important to us. Just because we are in the studio, we're still going to aim high when it comes to production values.
Esports Boxing Club, coming to PC and all major consoles with early access in 2021.
Esports Boxing Club is coming to PC, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and Series S.
Next up, we've got a deeply immersive World War II shooter with over 100 players taking part in epic battles recreated using aerial photography and satellite imagery. Let's take a closer look at Hell Let Loose.
Product not yet rated.
Qué locura, ¿no?
My name's Max Ria. I'm the founder of Black Matter and the lead developer of Hell Let Loose. Hell Let Loose began as the idea of a couple of hobbyist game developers all the way back in 2015. Following a successful Kickstarter, we launched into early access in the middle of 2019. And since then, we've delivered 9 enormous updates, including entire systems overhauls, 6 new maps, tons of new weapons, gadgets, and vehicles, as well as expanding our unique real-time strategy-inspired metagame. As a result,
bueno, este evento, mejor juego tras juego, ¿no?
During our first year of early access. 2021 is only going to be bigger.
A ver, los Future Game Show suele ser así.
Out of early access on July the 27th, with the introduction of the Soviet forces on the Eastern Front, including famous
que básicamente
battles
es
like
eso,
Kursk
es
and Stalingrad. Before we close out the year by bringing Hell Let Loose to next-generation consoles. Hell Let Loose has only grown due to the vibrant community that surrounds it, from our earliest Kickstarter backers to our newest recruits. We're excited to introduce you to this ever-evolving and expanding World War II experience. We hope you enjoy this first look at what's to come.
Hell Let Loose. Steam, PlayStation 5 y Xbox Series. 27 de
Hell Let
julio,
Loose is launching on Steam on July 27th and coming to Xbox Series X and S and PlayStation 5 in 2021.
So,
Bueno.
Laura, have you ever wanted to play XCOM, but in real time, with up to 7 of your friends?
No lo sé si
Yep, that's what I thought. Then you
será
need to keep
solo
your eye
multi.
on this next game.
Hello, my name is Carlos Corbat, CEO of Ireland, a game dev studio based in Croatia, and for the past few years we have been working
Qué plano
on
más
a
raro.
new game. It is a real-time tactical battlefield game. It supports up to 8 players and has a fully playable co-op campaign. We are ready to show you the launch trailer now.
Otro
So
shooter.
get ready for June 17, when the game launches on Steam, and have fun blasting some mutants.
You are the Executor, a high-class commanding officer with advanced cybernetic capabilities. You were awakened to lead a secret task force that will counter the threat of Stroll mutants and liberate Mars.
Welcome back, Executor. The Stroll infestation has now infected all colonies on Mars. Build your squad from 6 unique classes of elite soldier, utilizing their skills to best suit each mission type. Customize their weapons and tech, as well as their upgrades and abilities. Take command on the battlefield using the command radio to give orders to the whole squad or
Es
individual
estrategia.
soldiers. Concentrate fire on targeted locations
En tiempo
and
real.
carry out supply runs, even during the heat of battle. Recruit your friends to the fight and join in up to 8 player
Oh, pues ya me
co-op
contarás,
missions
Paco, qué tal
to
son los
save
porros.
Mars in our name.
Claro, pues tú eres raro, Switch. Red Solstice 2 Survivors. 17 de junio. En 3
Purge
días.
Earth of a Mutant Invasion in Red Solstice 2's Survivors, which is coming to Steam on June 17th. Our next game is about delivering mail in a sleepy American lakeside town. Let's join Dylan from Gamius to learn more.
Hi, I'm Dylan from Gamius, and it's great to be here at the Future Game Show. We're currently getting very close to finishing Lake, a game that's set in the 80s. You play as Meredith Weiss, who takes a break from her life in the big city to deliver mail in her hometown. It's a job you can do at your own leisure, and you will get to know the people in Providence Oaks along the way. Today, we're excited to share an
Joder, una
example of an
cartera.
activity after your workday is done. Movie night with Angie from the video store.
This is fun. It's been ages since I've been to the movies.
Well, they call it the movies, plural. But of course, we can only see one movie at a time. So, which one will it be?
My pick? All right, let's see. Big Trouble in Little China, Blue Velvet, or The Great Mouse Detective. All right, I'm ready to pick. The Great Mouse Detective.
Wouldn't have picked you for a Disney fan. Oh well, let's get in touch with our inner child.
We won't spoil more, and we also can't say what Meredith will do after spending 2 weeks in Providence Oaks, because it's all up to you. Lake is coming first to Xbox and PC this September 1st. Thanks for watching, and enjoy the rest of the show.
PC y Xbox. Cuidado.
We're excited to announce that Lake is coming to Steam,
Exclusivo.
Epic Game Store, and Xbox Series X and S on September 1st. Now, what kind of a showcase would this be without a new Souls-like? Our next game is a pixelated take on the genre, following a protagonist with a giant obsidian sword.
Souls-like, siguiente, no me interesa.
In the beginning, there was dust. And from that dust,
Y más cuando hace 2 días hemos tenido el Elden Ring, que para la gente ya dicen, ya han enseñado el Elden Ring, ya no hace falta que haya 3.
great celestial chunks cascaded from the heavens, unto Earth. From one prodigious shard spawned humanity, and from another, the gods. For a great many years, balance endured, until a foul and malevolent deity intervened. Exil spread greed and distrust among his kin, compelling these calamitous beings to conquer man. Centuries of servitude passed, until finally, aided by a veiled ally,
A JD vaya... Está loquísimo buscando información del lore del Elden Ring, me dijo el otro día.
imprisoning them within the sacred walls of the citadel.
No solo de Game of Thrones, sí, es de Dark Souls.
A peace was wrought, but it was not meant to last, for the miscreant Exil returned from his concealment, conducting atrocious experiments upon his caged kindred. A darkness permeated the lands.
Hay mucho fan de Dark Souls. Y como es un Dark Souls con el lore del tío de Juego de Tronos, pues ahí está.
The great moon, witnessing all, wept a final
No, ya es GOTY, sí, sin necesidad de haber salido. Recordemos que Bloodborne ha sido GOTY, recordemos que Sekiro ha sido GOTY. Ya está. El Dead Souls. Muy bien, para todas. Siguiente.
Customize your combat style and boss rush ancient gods when Eldest Souls drops on the PC and all current console formats July 29th, 2021.
And now we've got a closer look at the next game from the folks behind War Thunder. Here's Tom from Darkflow Software to guide you through Enlisted.
Sí, todo lo que sea un Souls-like hay que ponerle un Soul por ahí. También otro que no sé dónde se anunció, porque ya he visto tantos anuncios que ya no sé dónde. Era un Souls-like que tenía el Soul por ahí.
My name's Tom, and I'm part of the team at Darkflow Software behind our new game, Enlisted, a historical World War II shooter with some unique gameplay quirks. One of Enlisted's most unique features is the Squads mode, where you head into battle with a squad of AI soldiers under your control. You can instruct them on how to react to enemies, and most importantly, you can switch between any of them seamlessly with the press of a button. You'll only need to respawn when your entire squad is wiped out. This way, you're always kept right in the middle of the action. Although, if you prefer a more traditional shooter experience, we have a fleshed out solo mode too, where you will only fight against other players. At its core, Enlisted aims to form a middle ground between the more hardcore.
Hay gente que se que toca con Miyazaki, otros con Kojima, otros con Nomura y otros con Mikami. Tal cual. Lo ha descrito súper bien, Paco.
Submachine guns and pistols taking only a few hits. Vehicles as well can of course be devastating, but have their limitations. Aircraft are restricted to the cockpit view, and crew inside tanks can only use viewports to spot targets, so you'll need to keep your wits about you to really get the most out of these machines. Progression in Enlisted is spread over various campaigns. Currently, you can fight in Moscow, Normandy and Berlin, with Tunisia and many more coming soon. Each campaign features new weapons and equipment. Firearms can be improved to increase their raw performance, and soldiers can be leveled up to grant them specialized perks. Different classes of soldiers are able to equip different gear, with specialist classes such as engineers able to build structures anywhere
No, la secta no.
including fobs, sandbags and
Los que seguimos la religión de Mikami somos gente buena. Todos nipones, sí.
In the forefront of development, firearms, locations and uniforms are all true to history. No neon pink Sten guns and mohawks here. Each army will be decked out with the equipment they actually used during their respective conflicts. Because of the squads feature, you'll never be short on targets. Twitch reflexes and fast reactions will of course have their place in Enlisted, but even if you haven't had the time to fine-tune your skills, you'll easily be able to come away with a kill count in the double digits. The AI, however, are very attentive and react to sound, and not to be underestimated. But that's all we've got time for. Make sure to give it a try yourself by heading over to enlisted.net/join.
PC, Series y PlayStation 5.
And available now on PC, PS5 and Xbox Series X and S, and currently in open beta. New content is added regularly, and no progress will be wiped upon the full release. Once you've signed up, use the code ENLISTNOW for a free bonus on us. I've been Tom, and I hope to see you all on the battlefield. Cheers.
That was Enlisted, which is available now on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S.
Next up, we've got a bullet-time stunt shooter with fully destructible environments. Oh, and the protagonist only has one arm. Let's check out Severed Steel.
¿Cómo? Esto me está recordando a Super Hot. Pero es diestro, no me gusta. Tiene que ser zurdo. Severed Steel. Steam, Xbox y
Severed
PlayStation.
Steel is coming soon on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation.
No
Okay,
especifica
notepads at the
cuáles.
ready, because for this next section, we're going to race through 8 exciting upcoming games that deserve your full attention. Here's our future hits montage for 2021.
A ver. Vamos a ver. Mira, este lo hemos visto antes en el de PC. El Dice Legacy. Esto es muy de rol, Nintendo Switch y PC. El Gestal Steam and Cinder. PC y Switch. Iron Corvo Kung Fu Janitor. 2022 para Xbox y PC. Otro exclusivo. Definitely Not Fire Chicken Inc. Solo PC. Ranch Sim. PC. Ya está a la venta. Sim para PC. No se sabe cuándo sale. Que no digas exclusivo. Slith en PC, PlayStation, Xbox y Switch para 2022. Donkey Carnage para PC. Sí, es Xbox y PC. Es exclusivo de Xbox.
Okay, I might regret asking this, but you want to help me with
Mucho
this
indie.
next one, Omachao?
Okay. Did you know that Sega recently announced Sonic Colors Ultimate? We've got some exclusive gameplay from a stage that nobody has seen yet. I hope Sonic does okay without me.
Did not regret. Did not regret it.
Hi everyone, I'm Katie Golden, senior producer at Sega of America. And I'm excited to share with you an exclusive clip of Tropical Resort from our upcoming release, Sonic Colors Ultimate. Please enjoy.
Pues ala. Arceus Tropical Resort. No, el Sonic no. El Sonic sale para todas. El exclusivo de Wii, sí, el Sonic Colors. Hay que remasterizar las cosas, sí, sí. ya está. ¿Una B? Decía yo, me habían quedado muy mal,
Get ready for Sonic Colors Ultimate, which is racing on to PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC on September 7th. Moving swiftly on, we've got a new management game from Chucklefish, where you play as a powerful artificial intelligence in control.
No te preocupes, sí, que para el año que viene lo tenemos con upgrade para Next Gen.
I'm sorry, Laura. I'm afraid I can't do that. I know that you were planning to disconnect me.
No, never mind. I'll handle it.
Joder, esta sí.
Starman, sir.
Esta sí. Paco, no te piques. No te piques. Smart Manser, Early Access el 5 de agosto. Para Steam
We're excited to announce today that Starmancer is
Solo
August
para PC.
5th, 2021, and it's available to wishlist on Steam now.
Que ya lo sé.
Ever since that lake trailer, I've been thinking, have you ever wondered about the Postal Service? Like, that there's just so much mail, you know?
Pero este se puede decir que era exclusivo de PC.
Really? No.
Okay.
O no me dejas, o estoy desinformando
You're saying
también.
you don't know about Jeff and Deborah.
Who are What are you talking about? I'm just gonna press this button again and hope it explains everything.
Oh, it will. Trust me.
Kiwi is a game about two kiwi birds who work at the post office.
Kiwi.
Their names are Jeff and Deborah. I'm Joel, I'm one of the developers on Kiwi, and I'm going to show you how a Kiwi level changes over the course of the game.
Estos eran
So in this room,
neozelandeses,
you're
¿no?
transcribing urgent messages and assembling them ransom note style by stamping them onto the page with your butts. You'll come back to this room every so
What?
often throughout the game, but there will always be a new twist to change things up. So as summer turns to autumn, now your word fragments are moving around on conveyor belts, and you'll need to chop certain words in half with the descrambler to get the pieces you need. Jeff and Deborah are going to have to deal with all kinds of hazardous work conditions. You've got sandstorms during the summer, mayfly swarms. These guys have no respect for personal property. Paranormal activity.
No me crees.
In winter, the post office gets hit with a huge blizzard, and now this level becomes about sharing the warmth of a single tiny lantern.
No me crees
to
movidas
break
en el
through
chat,
blocks of
Paco.
ice and
No me
keep each
agites
other
el
from
chat.
becoming kiwi sickles. Our little heroes are going to face new challenges every level and in every room of the post office, whether they're typing telegrams, or packaging shipping crates, or helping an octopus sort the mail. It's all in a day's work for Jeff and Deborah. Also, you can dress up your Kiwis, so don't say we never did nothing for you. We're releasing Kiwi on August 31st for PC and all major consoles, and we hope to see you at the post office. Thanks for
Vale.
watching.
31 de agosto. Es curioso.
All right, you got me.
Pero
Troy.
no
I'm a
me
believer.
llama la
Co-op
atención.
Postal Puzzler Kiwi is coming to PC and all current console platforms on August 31st, 2021.
See? Told you. Next up, we've got a roguelike with an attitude. A game show shooter where you earn likes for dunking on competitors and causing a little wanton destruction. Will the circle be unbroken? Get it? Find out in this world premiere.
Ya, bueno. A ver, pero es gente que ahora me sigue en Twitch y que gracias a Nupix he llegado a los 100, ¿eh? Death Run TV. Ah, no, pero es muy buen tío. Y sabe mogollón. Por eso le dije para hacerlo conmigo. Sabéis, se nota. Play the pilot episode now en Steam. Qué puta locura. Ah, sale para Play 4, pero no sale para Xbox One, ¿eh?
And you can play the pilot right now by heading down to the Future Game Show page on Steam.
Okay, hazmat suits at the ready. Because this next game tasks players with building a team of stalkers to survive a 3D scanned recreation of the Chernobyl exclusion zone. Here's more on what to expect in Chernobylite.
Mówi się, że to, co designerzy sobie wymyślają, to jest pisanie listu
Hombre, a ver.
Każdy kiedyś był zakochany.
Se estaban metiendo, porque yo veía el chat, se estaban metiendo con gente específica.
Jezus Maria, co ja tu za bzdury pisałem.
Joder, con el Chernobyl Light, tío. Nos lo están metiendo muy fuerte.
Swoim czasem i towarzyszami. To wszystko wydawało się
Ay, Paco, ya lo sé.
designersku dobre, ale zwykle emocjonalnie dosyć nudne. I dlatego dodawaliśmy coraz więcej elementów, które angażowały gracza.
Hay de todo, ¿vale? O sea, hay gente muy tóxica dentro de Xbox y gente muy tóxica dentro de Sony. Vamos a dejarlo ahí. No hay ni más ni menos en ninguno de los dos lados, ¿vale?
Coraz bardziej jego sercem. Nadawaliśmy coraz większą rolę naszym towarzyszom i warto im było dać właśnie tą walkę, coraz więcej podporów, coraz więcej możliwości, coraz więcej broni. Absolutnie normalnym jest, że zaczyna się z czymś zupełnie innym niż to, z czym się kończy.
Fight to survive when Chernobylite comes to PC on July 20th.
Yo decía, va, igual he hecho un trial Chernobyl Live, pero me da que no.
If you were lucky enough to catch one of the early access codes during
Por
the
supuesto,
virtual
sí,
show
sí, los más típicos son los de
you can
Intel
play
Vision.
Chernobylite right
Muy
now.
bien.
But if you missed them, we've also got more codes to give away on Games
Y los de PC ni te cuento, ¿eh?
Next up, here are our friends
No se lo digáis a
to
Gengis.
show us what they've been cooking up with their upcoming PC and console games. Let's take a look.
Pero los peceros son los que más.
Product not yet rated.
¿Por qué me están repitiendo cosas? Este fue los skates y los conejos, es verdad, sí, sí, tienes toda la razón. Mira, este es pa' Corzo, para sus directos. Me molan estos juegos. Hocolife. Un América, o sea, un Animal Crossing. No, el de Intel Vision no lo voy a hacer, sí, sí. Lo siento. Mañana empezaré seguramente con el de Limited Run a las 10. Y luego el de Capcom. Lo siento, sí, sí. Mañana echaré un de las tofas que... Limited Run hace evento mañana, sí. Pero sí, sí, los salseos que hay no solamente en los videojuegos, hay en todos los ámbitos, ¿eh? Muchísimo salseo, demasiado. Para mi gusto. Switch, por Dios, no me pongas pene en el chat. Yo estoy de broma, hombre. No, yo no borro nada, Te estaba vacilando, yo lo sabes.
Be sure to wishlist any games that sparked your interest on our Steam page. It really does help the developer out. Or you can also head over to gamesradar.com for more info.
This next game has an engrossing art style, reminiscent of everything from Wes Anderson movies to Wallace and Gromit. Let's throw it over to the Slow Bros to talk you through some exclusive gameplay from their stop-motion handmade adventure, Harold Halibut.
Hi, my name's Donut and I'm the director and composer of Harold Halibut.
And I'm Ole, the game's art director.
Harold Halibut is a handmade narrative game about friendship and life on a city-sized spaceship stuck under sea.
Que me viene
It's been
estornudo otra
250
vez.
years since your home. An Ark-like spaceship fled an Earth on the verge of Cold War to find a habitable planet on which to preserve the human race. You are Harold, a young lab assistant to the ship's lead scientist, Jean Marot. While most of the other inhabitants have reconciled themselves to a life lived aboard the sunken ship,
Qué
Marot
buena
still
pinta
works
tiene este
tirelessly to
juego,
find a
¿no?
way to leave the planet and find a new, drier home. Of course, we don't want to spoil
Súper
too much of
bonito.
the story, so let's dive into some gameplay details. You're able to explore a huge part of the spaceship right from the beginning of the game. While the professor will always have tasks waiting for you, the wonderfully weird rest of the Fedorans will keep you just as busy. It was very important for us to not only focus on an exciting main storyline, but to create a world full of interesting events and meaningful encounters. The dialogues don't only help you progress in the main story, but also help you get to know more about the many characters that inhabit our world. Weaving through the narrative, you'll run into playful interactions like repairing a broken 3D printer. Your PDA is
Sí, recuerda
always
mucho,
available
lo ha
to
dicho
you for
perfectamente, a
overview
una
of
peli de
current
Wes
events,
Anderson,
as well as messages
por
from
ejemplo
other
el de Isla de
This is
Perros,
also where Harold's personal drawings
con
are
Wallace y
kept,
Gromit.
as well as a few more shenanigans. At this point, you might be wondering how we achieved the stop-motion-like look of the game. We are in fact building every single thing you see in the game in the real world.
Qué fuerte.
We build sets and puppets and then 3D scan everything.
Qué
We're then
fuerte.
able to use motion capturing to create lifelike animations for a huge cast of characters. While the game begins with
Qué
Harold's
currazo de
mundane
juego,
day-to-day,
tío.
mysterious events
Es
and
un
a fateful
peliculón,
encounter will
Isla de
soon
Perros.
plunge you into a new world that nobody could have guessed existed, and one that may hold the key to Moreau's relaunch plans. We're really excited to find out how you like being immersed in this unique world and the feeling of puppeteering Harold. There's still quite a bit of work to do, so all we can say right now is that Harold Halibut will come soonish on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. You can already wishlist the game on Steam. Thanks for watching, and enjoy the rest of the show.
Hello, Hollywood. Mola.
Harold Halibut is coming soonish to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox.
Okay, yes, there have been a few gloomy games so far, so we came up with a wholesome chaser. I'm told that the developers came up with something so sweet and so positive that they just had to call it Happy Game. Seriously, if what I'm reading is correct, this one is gonna melt your hearts.
Que si sé que es el Hollywood, no sé lo que es. Para eso estás tú para enseñarme. Hombre, yo que quisetea, pero la cara de ese personaje es un poco creepy. Es lenguado. Hostia. PC, Mac y Nintendo Switch. Cuidado,
Huh. Okay, Laura, hope you're still there. Tell me you just watched the same trailer that I did?
Pues yo vendo Hollywoods.
Yeah, that was something. What I want to know is
Tiene
who the
la
hell is
piel
writing
muy
the
dura.
script?
Yeah, I don't know, but they're telling me that
Gracias.
Happy Game is coming to PC and Nintendo Switch in 2021.
Exclusivo.
Oh, and demo is available now if you want to have a cheerful jaunt into a land of
De
wonder.
PC y Switch.
Good luck with that.
PC, Mac y Switch, perdón. Mi vida, el
Our
Mac, que
next
me
game
ha dejado
is a
súper sorprendida.
gorgeous hand-drawn puzzle platformer following a young mechanic in a broken world. Pay attention at the end of this trailer for some exciting information about the Minute of Islands release date.
Four brothers, bound by eternal purpose. They all broke at the same time. And a girl named Mo. She knows what must be done. When the blight first came, people began to panic. And now, the spores are taking hold of whatever remains. Mo's family is still here, however. She has been tasked to protect them. After all, she is the bearer of the Omni-Switch.
No, esto está dibujado a mano, ¿eh? Sí, de hecho hubo un juego indie de Capcom que salió el año pasado y estaba también solo para Mac.
Yes, we are
sale
excited to
Subnautica no
announce
era,
that
era
Minute
Deep
of
Wars
Islands
o
is
algo así,
out
no me
now
acuerdo.
for PC, Mac, PlayStation, and Nintendo Switch.
Mira, otro pa' más.
And will be arriving on Xbox later this week.
Next up, we've got an update from the folks at Techland, who are fine-tuning the zombie parkour of Dying Light 2. Let's throw it over to the developers, who are here to answer some of your questions about the game.
Otra vez el Apple Arcade, eso es. Otro poquito de Dying Light 2.
Can you tell us a bit more about the video we just saw in the PC Gaming Show?
The video presented in the PC Gaming Show brings you closer to Aiden's story. What he's looking for, what motivates him, how he ends up in the city, and of course, what happened in the old franchise between both games. This is a bunch of important information about the DL2 story.
Okay, so we know more about the main storylines from the mentioned video. How does the game look outside the core campaign?
Side quests are an important part of world building in Dying Light 2. Through these quests you can decide how the city will look like, thanks to the city alignment system, or bring new opportunities for the citizen. A great example is an opera singer that Timon mentioned in developers AMA. Some citizens will support your decisions, some of them will not. But it's up to you to decide how the city should look like. We have a lot of game activities prepared for our players, but at this stage we want it to be a surprise for you.
How seamless is the co-op experience? Would you say that the best way to experience Dying Light 2 is with a friend?
It could be. What is cool about the co-op is that it gives you an opportunity to see how the world changes when your friends make different decisions than you.
Mi camiseta, claro, me la he puesto para ver si enseñaban algo de Final Fantasy, pero no.
There is just one way to play Dying Light 2. It's up to you guys.
How are you improving the story for Dying Light 2?
I know we all have great fun killing infected, but we also want to give you a deep, thought-provoking experience that will let you be immersed in the DL2 world for long hours. On top of that, thanks to the choices and consequences mechanics, the story will be shaped differently.
Venga, Suárez. Gracias por haber estado.
You've promised a great
Agur.
open world that feels alive.
A la del tío, joder, Paco,
Yeah,
de verdad.
well, as you can imagine, Dying Light 2 is
Qué
full of
bajona.
infected, but it's also full of humans, with their everyday life activities and purposes. We are building Dying Light 2 around
Sí,
the
sí,
simple
ya os he
rules,
pedido
grounded
perdón
in
por
depth
lo de
and
Square
good
Enix,
for
lo
life.
siento.
What is cool is that NPCs act differently on each of
Ya,
the levels.
vale.
Also, their behavior depends on choices you
Pero
make
el
and
haberme
the way you
puesto el eyeliner verde nos ha venido bien para el de Xbox, ¿eh? Que ha sido una pedazo de conferencia.
Dying Light 2 is coming to PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC on December 7th.
Revealed during the Nintendo Indie World Showcase earlier this year, this next game is a skateboarding action platformer. Here's Simon Bennett from Roll7 to give you an exclusive look at Ollie Ollie World.
Que ya lo vimos el otro día en el Summer Game Fest.
Hi there, I'm Simon Bennett and I'm the co-CEO of BAFTA award-winning studio Roll7. Right now, we're working on Ollie Ollie World. It's our stunning action platformer. You're going to meet quirky characters on a magical road trip through Radlandia. And of course, add a ton of new skate moves into your trick bag. As a studio, we've spent over a decade on skate games. They transport you into a state of total focus and immersion, and it's something that we very much continue to build on with Ollie Ollie World. If you've played previous games in the series, you're probably pretty aware that you're going to slam a bunch before you succeed. So for players who want it, that challenge is very much still there. New players will be happy to hear that the game will welcome you with open arms and ensure that we can get you up and running in no time. Ultimately, we've managed to make failure part of the fun. Yeah, you're going to get knocked down, but when you finally nail that line, it tastes just that much sweeter.
Yo ahora no sé me quería haber comprado la DS en Switch, pero que no pude. Ahora no sé si comprármelo en Play 4 o en Xbox.
Split routes, right to left skating, and a host of insane tricks to keep your fingers busy. There's a range of visually and mechanically distinct areas to explore, packed to the brim with a fantastical cast of quirky characters, beautiful landscapes, cities, and of course, walking trees. Ollie Ollie World is coming to PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, Nintendo Switch and PC this winter. Make sure you wishlist it now.
En invierno, o sea que...
That was Ollie Ollie World, which is coming to PC and all current console platforms this winter.
Next up, we've got a new game from the team at Odd Bug Studio, creators of PSVR's The Lost Bear. This animated story trailer will introduce you to the world of Tales of Iron, and something tells me you might be familiar with the narrator.
For centuries and longer,
Tales
rats
of
have
Iron
fought tirelessly to repel the incessant frog invasions. Peace was only ever short-lived.
Ya, pero yo lo quería tener también para Switch, para poder jugarlo cuando quisiera.
Unified the rat kingdoms under one rule, repelling
Pero bueno, me lo compraré digital.
Back to the putrid swamps from whence they came.
Pues sí.
Crops prospered, families flourished, and a magnificent crimson keep climbed ever higher toward the sky. But as time passed, King Redis the Savior grew old.
Eso es, nunca se sabe. Que la del Nioh había que pagar, La del Nioh 2. Eran súper pocos céntimos, pero había que pagar.
Greenward had returned with a ferocious vengeance, amassing an army of unfathomable scale. He burned everything in his path towards the Crimson Keep. King Rattus gazed down upon his withered claws, barely able to hold the crown. He had little hope wielding a sword. So it was decided the crown should pass to Whiskers New. Arise, young prince, for the kingdom.
Me encanta como si se
And so,
se queda ahí en lo de ay, vuelve reino rata. A ver, para todas las consolas y PC.
Question the reign of the Iron Frog.
Doug. Anyway, in Tales of Iron, which is coming to PC and all current console platforms. Our next segment is from Polish studio Movie Games and hosted by God of War and Twisted Metal director David Jaffe, who recently joined their supervisory board.
Well, hello, fellas. It's me, David Jaffe. Great to see you. God of War, Twisted Metal, a bunch of PlayStation stuff. These days, I'm doing some new stuff with movie games. These guys, they've hooked up with this great company. You have to have heard of them, Platij Image, one of the best VFX houses in the business. They worked on The Witcher. They worked on Love, Death, and Robots. We're making a brand new game, the biggest game we've ever done, by the way, that's all about crime and mob and mafia.
Que está muy bien, que te involucres, pero me encanta.
Today, settle in, babies. These are the brand new games coming very soon from Movie Games.
El tío tiene una puta botella de...
games I've played in the last year. It's what turned me on to movie games in the first place. What you're looking at is the M-rated console-friendly version of the erotic horror cult classic.
Había escuchado de este juego, el Lust from Beyond.
Horror with weird freaking eroticism. I love this game, Lust from Beyond.
Habías oído hablar, que está muy bien.
Step into the shoes of the only real-life superheroes we got, the first responders. This game is my childhood fantasy come to life.
Fire Commander.
This game took me totally by surprise. You're trapped in the wilderness, freezing, hungry, and now you're starting to go a little bit insane. Man, you start seeing all kinds of crazy stuff out there. Winter Survival Simulator, it's coming soon. Have a great E3. Have a great future games. I miss you guys. I'll see you soon.
Sí, el tío está ahí dándole.
Thanks to David Jaffe. And check out GamesRadar.com for more about movie games' upcoming titles.
This next presentation
un
comes from
survival
folks
de
at
invierno
XSEA
me ha
Games,
dejado
the
toda
makers
rota.
of Story of Seasons and Rune Factory. Here's a look at their most exciting current and upcoming projects.
Aquí va Strip, Hellbound. ...20 de julio... Shadowverse Champions Battle... ...para Nintendo Switch exclusivo... Estos son Yu-Gi-Oh, ¿eh? Sí, un Yu-Gi-Oh de fantasía. ...10 de agosto... Story of Season, Friends of Mineral... ¿Qué? ¿El de Doraemon? Friends of Mineral Town... Ah, no. Me he confundido. Factory 4 especial. Ah, es Harvest Moon, gracias. Vale. Rune Factory 5, exclusivo de Switch.
I don't know. Fending off a monster is really one thing, but protecting a whole town? That's a lot.
Take that!
I'll get straight to it. Tomorrow.
¿Iba subido en una oveja? ¿Qué locura es esta?
Forward to working together as colleagues and as rivals.
Sí, ¿verdad? Una mezcla de Gabumon y Okami. Para el año que viene.
Find out more about Xseed's lineup on GamesRadar.com.
This next game is a hack-and-slash RPG with twin-stick shooter elements set in a retro sci-fi world. Here's a new gameplay trailer for Betora, Lost Haven.
Betora. An emotional action RPG adventure.
Oh yeah, now we're talking.
Lost Haven. 21 de julio. Close Alpha.
Bethora Lost Haven is coming soon to PC and all current console platforms. And you can sign up to play the closed alpha when it launches on July 21st now.
Let's slow things down a bit with a look at the next game from the creators of 2 Point
Exactamente.
Hospital.
Oh wait, I think I saw something about this a few weeks ago.
No, you didn't. Here's developers Mark Webley, Ben Huskins, and Gary Card to tell you all about it and give you a first look at gameplay.
Este es el de Campus. Que enseñaron en el Summer Game Fest. 2 Point Campus, eso.
When we were thinking about what we were going to do next, campus and the idea of running a university or a college was something we just kept coming back to. It's a really rich topic. So people
Pero solo fuera jugar los juegos y sí. Jugar juegos, ver películas, series. Estar con la gente que quieres. A mí ya no me da la vida.
Campus is taking everything we learned from 2 Point Hospital and taking it to the next level.
The important thing was for us to give the player a canvas that they could completely create themselves.
In Campus, you start with this blank plot of land.
We've got something called the Smart Brush, for example, which allows you to drag interesting shaped pathways. If you want to drag a picket fence, you can drag that along. It's just really easy to paint.
Exactamente.
So it's really simple to drag out a courtyard, lay down some paths at different angles.
And it's fun, isn't it? I mean, it's adding this kind of city builder element to 2 Point Universe.
The difference between 2 Point Hospital and Campus is that we're spending a much longer period with our students.
What we wanted to do with Campus is make you care about your university.
You know, the idea of these interesting and different courses are going to attract interesting and different students. So there's a night school,
horrible pun, but night school, you got it. You're going to train knights of the realm. So it won't be stuffy, normal, boring stuff that made you go to sleep at school. It's going to be really cool, interesting stuff.
Ya, pero Doraemon no lo compraba, venía del futuro.
Campus, which is coming soon to PC and all current console platforms.
Our next game is in early development, but it already has a very cool code name, which is always a good sign. Here's Leo to tell you all about Project Ferocious.
Hello, my name is Leo.
Aquí ya huele a humo, chavales.
Project Ferocious, an action-adventure game set on a mysterious tropical island. Some of you might know me from Twitter as Omniok, where I post about the game and development and tech and stuff. And if not, I've been doing game dev for about 12 years with a big passion, and I've been working on this project for about 2 years. It's the first project of mine I decided to show to the public, and even though I know it still has a very long way to go, I'm very proud to present it today to you on the show. Please enjoy the trailer.
Llueve mucho. Ojalá, pues es bastante. A ver, el chaval feo no es, pero luego lo escuchas hablar y no mola. Más dinosaurios. Sí. El E3 han sido conejos. ¿Cómo habías dicho? Shooters, conejos, ¿no? Skates y conejos, eso es. Y dinosaurios. Project Ferocious. Para el 2023,
Project Ferocious is targeting a 2023 release date and coming to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox.
Our next world premiere asks,
What if Doom Guy had a drunk one-night stand with Super Meat Boy?
What?
Guess this next game wants to answer that question for some reason.
World Premiere. Unreal Engine. Joder, y por eso he dicho que en cuanto han dicho, está todavía en desarrollo, pero va a salir el tío este a decirnos qué es lo que... Warcry Challenges. Ah, muy bien. Y de repente te enseña... No, podéis ver el tráiler, es como... Ya cuando han dicho que todavía está en desarrollo y que el tío nos iba a hablar del juego, he dicho, huele a humo.
Up next, we've got another world premiere. Conway, Disappearance at Dahlia View is a story-driven detective thriller set in 1950s England. Let's find out more, shall we?
A ver...
Robert Conway, 22nd of June, 1954. I've solved many
¿Hecho 22nd of June?
time as a private investigator.
Es el día de mi cumpleaños.
Nothing so close to home as the abduction of Charlotte May. There are some things that take hold of a person and refuse to let go. For me, it's the idea of saving that little girl. My own daughter, Catherine, is on the case. She has the same look in her eye that I used to have. There'll be no stopping her. I wish I could say that all of my neighbors are innocent. I wish I could say that.
Pues yo he escuchado 22nd of June de 1950 algo.
There's a lot I wish I could say. The truth is, sometimes it takes a nightmare to wake a place like Dahlia View.
Sí, Paco, han dicho June 22nd. Vale. Para otoño de este año. Y sale para todas las consolas.
I am in. That was Conway, Disappearance at Dahlia View from White Paper Games, and you can dig into the mystery yourself when it lands on PC and all current console platforms, autumn 2021.
And with that, we're at the end of this year's Future Game Show.
Whoa, hold on. Surely this can't be the end. I mean, it's an E3 showcase.
Nope.
No, vamos. Tiquismiquis no, lo siguiente.
I knew it. All right, let's see it.
Marisa Marcel. ¿Eh?
Marcel. I'm 17 years old, and it's my dream to be an actress.
Venga,
and that
toma humo.
really is all we have time for. Be sure to head to GamesRadar.com for more coverage and updates on all the games you've seen today and more.
I'm really excited about that Sam Barlow reveal. Yes, and thanks to our headline partners, WD Black, and of course, all of our many talented developers and industry partners that have made all of this possible.
And of course, for everyone tuning in at home.
Well, we hope you've enjoyed today's lineup, and mark your diaries because the Future Game Show will be returning in August.
I'm Laura Bailey.
En agosto volvemos.
This has been the Future Game Show 2021.
Pues sí, hay que esperar un poquito. Ha habido cosas interesantes, pero vamos, que tampoco ha sido la panacea. Y muchos ya los habíamos visto, además.
Oh.
Bueno. Pues... Bueno, no ha estado mal, ha estado bien, entretenido. Me ha dado pena no haber podido estar más tiempo con Ragnar, la verdad. Desde aquí... Ay, qué tonto es a veces el Paco, de verdad. Este que me los toca los cojones. Ay, pues eso. Mañana haremos como el otro día, ¿vale? A la tarde jugaremos al de Last of Us, parte 2. Que me ha dado pena no haber podido jugar hoy porque tengo un poco de monillo, la verdad. Y luego a partir de las 10 haremos la conferencia de Limited Run. Y luego Capcom. Que con Capcom vendrá la mandanga de la buena. Pues esperemos. Y ya el martes pues ya os comentaré mañana si la podré hacer o no, porque todavía no sé de qué voy a entrar el martes a currar. Porque en un principio ya he empezado a trabajar el sábado, pero cosas de la vida me requieren en otros sitios. Soy la pescadera bombera. Porque apaga fuegos. Qué incertidumbre Capcom, sí, la verdad. Pero a ver, incertidumbre no, porque ya sabemos de qué van a hablar. Van a hablar de Ace Attorney Chronicles, de los 2 Monster Hunter y de Village. Nada más y nada menos. Si de repente se sacan la chorra con algo y... ¡oh! Perfecto. Pero de momento solamente se sabe que van a hablar de esas 4 cosas. Y yo realmente de Village no me espero nada más que Reverse. Porque dijeron que en verano nos iban a decir más cosas de Reverse. Y de momento tenemos un juego dentro de Village inservible. Que no funciona, que simplemente está... pues eso. Que no sirve para nada. Ocupando espacio en el Blu-ray. El martes a la playa, pues perfecto. Y yo a currar, de verdad. Qué poca vergüenza. Y yo también quiero más Pragmata, pero seguramente no lo vayan a enseñar en este E3. Si enseñan algo más, será en los Game Awards, en otoño. O si no, ya de cara al año que viene. A ver, es un juego para 2022, sí. Entonces, este año no te van a presentar nada, en principio. Se presentan algo de puta madre, cuidado, pero de momento no. Así que, pues es un poco el schedule de mañana. State of Play creo que dijo Darko. State of Play tenemos las World Premiere de Capcom. Yo seguramente miro algunas de las cosillas random de mañana y después les comento si hubo algo que valiera la pena. Perfecto, sí, sí. Exactamente. No, dijeron que era para 2022 el año pasado. Entonces yo por eso no espero nada este año. Yo espero pues eso, o a finales de año o ya de cara al año que viene. Vale, el 22 de julio tenemos el EA Play Live. Y Sony todavía no ha dicho cuándo va a ser el State of Play. Pero decía Darko que era un... PlayStation Spirits. Pero no sé. O sea que de momento no hay fecha, no hay nada. ¿Sí? Se retrasa todo en una media de 6 meses mínimo. Que para Holidays, yo creo que no se dijo en un principio nada de Holidays 2020, no. Siempre se dijo que iba a salir al año siguiente. Aunque ahora me has dejado con la duda. Ahora tendría que ver el tráiler. O sea, yo creo que nunca dijeron fecha, ahora que lo pienso. Y aparte que no suelen salir nunca a finales de año. Siempre suele ser la primera mitad. Recordemos que Resident Evil 3... Bueno, incluso el 2 Remake y el 7 salieron a primeros de año. Salieron en enero. Y luego el 3 y el 3 Remake y el Village han salido en abril y mayo respectivamente. Que yo sepa, no se dijo fecha. Luego ya sí fueron diciendo que iban a estas más cosas y tal, que ahí sí que mintieron. No, en agosto no. Resulta que luego no sé qué. Decía, ¿no? 2021. Gracias, sí, sí. Así que Paco, nada, fuera. Muy mal. Aquí no te puedes meter con Village, ya lo sabes. Si yo no me puedo meter con The Last of Us, tú no te puedes meter con Village. Punto. Tenemos ese trato ahí. Yo me puedo meter con Village que me lo pasé en hardcore. Pero no en Aldea de Sombras. Ah, bueno, a ver. Yo, a ver, no sé todavía lo que voy a hacer la semana que viene. ¿Qué directo voy a hacer por mi cumpleaños? Lo tengo ahí que no sé qué jugar. Porque el año pasado jugué en Hardcore al Resident Evil 3 Remake y me lo pasé. Y es que Village no me daría tiempo a pasármelo. Tengo que agenciarme la Stalker esa. ¿Cuál? ¿Qué Stalker? Igual podría jugar un Mercenaries. Que no lo he tocado todavía. Pero bueno, no sé. Eso ya lo iré pensando esta semana. A ver a qué juego. Ah, la Magnum de Village. Vale, vale. Yo necesito pasta. Del juego, conseguir más trofeos y más mierdas. Pero bueno. A mí me gustaría conseguir algún arma con munición infinita para así poder pasarme el Village. Pero para eso hace falta... vale. Pistola y escopeta. Yo me quería coger la ametralladora. Pero bueno, a ver qué... Si consigo jugar, porque desde la última vez que puse el tweet no he vuelto a tocar Village. ¿Por qué? Porque me toca la puta casa Beneviento y me da pánico. O sea, tengo un trauma con el puto bicho ese. Es la hostia. Así que nada, gente, yo me despido de todos vosotros hasta mañana a la tarde, ¿vale? Ya os lo he comentado que mañana a la tarde echaremos un de las tofas primero. Y... Y luego ya, pues... Al bebé del PT, sí. Muchas gracias, sí, sí, igualmente. Y me voy a dormir un poco y a descansar, que hoy ha sido un día bastante duro. No lo podemos negar. Ha sido bastante duro. Llevo aquí desde las 7 de la tarde. Bueno, desde que al final estoy con Anupis desde las 6 así, 6 y algo. Pero llevo aquí al pie del cañón como una campeona. Yo tengo descanso de 9 a 11. Que juega España. Ah, vale. Yo por eso. Luego a las 10 haremos como he dicho, el Limited Run Games. A ver qué juegos van a sacar exclusivos. Físicos. Y a qué precio. Porque meten buenas hostias. Y eso. Y luego ya haremos Capcom. Así que lo dicho. Como siempre, muchísimas gracias a todos los que habéis estado aquí conmigo en estas dos conferencias. A los que lo estáis viendo en diferido en YouTube. Un beso a todos, nos vemos mañana. Adiós.